Hello. Hello, hello. Hey, guys. Yo, how's it going? Yo, Tony Saka, thank you for the 5 gifted, and Aerolas, thank you for the 1. How you guys doing? It's been a long time, hasn't it, guys? And we're live. Yo, how you guys doing? So, you know me, guys. I was chilling on retirement, but the Helldivers devs posted something, so I figured, let's come out of retirement to talk about it. Oh my god, it's my boyfriend. Yo, what's up? Hi, Anthony. Hi, Bullets. As you guys can see, we have a different background than normal. I'm visiting my sister for Christmas. Our boyfriend, what is this, communism? Democracy's not done with you yet. What's up, Big Us? Yo, what's up, everyone? For all though, can we throw up some W's for Mr. Tony Saka and Aerolas? What's up, Peck? This man's in Arrowhead's basement. Yo, Deku with the €2. Oh god, did they say that in the interview?
Oh, Shaq Hennessy!
Why didn't it read it? Do they say that in the interview, Deku? I watched the first 15 minutes on 1.5 speed, and we got to a point where I wanted to
And it's
respond.
also just a flag.
Oh, there we go. Yo, Deku, thank you for the €2. Chat, do you guys like the Xbox mic better? Or the Blue Yeti? Is this interview going to make me angry? Probably. They said they didn't want to buff One True Flag because of realism. Alright, yeah, well, we gotta respond. So, just so you guys know, I am at my sister's house, so I have to try to not swear. Okay, there's children here. My grandma's here. She'll be disappointed in me. She'll be like, why are you cussing? Yo, the dog is giving crazy side eye. Fuck them kids, they're gonna learn today. Immersion mic hits different. Here, we should probably watch this whole interview with some immersion. Whatever they say don't matter, only action matter. Hey, Jude. Hey. What are you doing? You want to say hi? Come here. Say hi.
Hi.
Say, how are you?
How are you?
Are we vibing? Here's my nephew. Doesn't he look like me? Look, that's us. Look over here. To the left. Wave. Wave right there. Yeah, hi. That's my nephew. Time for some rage bait. Does your family know you stream? Yeah. Do you like bugs? Oh, you don't like bugs? Because they bug you? Oh, they bite you. Guys, doesn't he look like me? He actually looks like his dad. That's a good cadet right there. He probably does like robots. Do you like robots? What? Do you like robots? Come here. Do you like bugs?
Owie, owie. Do you like bug?
Do you like bugs?
Do you like bug?
Yes or no?
Yeah.
What? Do you like robots?
Ow.
He switched up. Here, watch out. Yo,
from
Zach with the 30
Go
bucks.
get nephew something loud and annoying for Christmas.
You know, I did that last year and my sister threw out his toy. I'll never forgive her. Yo, Thak, thank you for the $30. That dono's wild. Why? Devious. Yo, throw up some W's in chat. Appreciate you, Mr. Thak. Traitorous nephew broadcast detected. Alright, chat, so should we just hop in? Should we hop into it? Stellar, that was from Arrow. Tony, I think you gifted yourself, bro. Arrowlass? Oh, yeah, Arrowlass gifted Stellar. Oh, I see.
Oh, Shag Hennessy!
Yo, Oren
Give
with the
your nephew a
$2.
Helldiver
Hi, Sora.
costume and Liberator.
Yo, Oren, thank you for the $2. Throw up some more W's, please. I could get him an Arrowhead costume. It's been a while. How's life? I'm chilling, Jose. How you doing? Terminate illegal broadcast. Guys, I've been playing Path of Exile. I've been playing Path of Exile. Okay? This game's lit.
And bullets for you, and bullets for you.
Yo, Hype with the
Everybody
channel
gets
membership.
bullets.
Thank you, Hype. Can we throw up some W's? Why no stream? I'm at my sister's. Yes, I am playing a werewolf. I've been playing Monster Hunter. New update's fun. What's in the new update? Hell yeah, I've been playing werewolf. That shit's lit. UU werewolf. They should sell orbital and eagle stratagems on Warbonds. My bad. Thanks, Arrow. Thank you, Arrow. I won before Lawler. Yo, what's up, Ombar? I'm good. How are you? It's always werewolf, but never how wolf. All right, chat. Let's hop into it. So, new dev interview with Nicholas Momborg, the guy they say Mr. Buff Diver himself, who came back and did a whole stealth nerf patch. I don't think he deserves that title anymore. Unless it's for working out. He is pretty buff. Here, let's put the chat over this dude, and we'll have him open. Unusual time slot, non-demon hours. Yeah, but you gotta understand, right now is demon hours for me. I just went to bed at like 6 a.m. and woke up to this video, so I had to stream. It's the guy who made SMG unusable. Nah, to be fair, they did that before him. Prepare for ultimate rage bait. Strong uncle vibes. Alright, boys. Let's get into it. Yo, Bird with the 5 gifted. Yo, That got it. Yo, Merry Christmas, Mr. Bird. Thank you guys for all the gifts. Appreciate it. Throw up some W's, please.
And bullets for you, and bullets for you.
He doesn't
Everybody
need
gets
those muscles.
bullets.
Yo, Bird, how you doing? Merry Christmas. I should probably move the alerts to this side down here, bottom right. What's going up? What's going up, guys? The Bird man giveth. After getting used to heavy armor, I can't downgrade, so warbonds with anything less is irrelevant. I know I always wear heavy armor now. I can't wait for a wonderful interview that won't make me upset and paint a bleak feature. When did this dev video get released? Like an hour ago. Or something. Maybe 2 hours ago. Yo, what's up, Levi? B129. Yeah, everyone knows what's up. What's up, Batman? What's up, Sensi? What's up, QP? Alright, boys, let's start.
Nice.
What's up, Bensky?
We're going to start off. For the observant people amongst us, they will have noticed that I am joined by somebody different today, which is good. Nicholas,
Hi, Crazy Mage.
you went on a stream, you said some things,
Yeah, it was Rizzle.
and people had opinions, and
Yes, they
now we're lucky enough to have you sitting
Oh, on stream.
here.
Yes.
New office? No, I'm at my sister's.
It's good that, maybe not always good that I say things, but it's good that people have opinions and that people care.
That's true. Today we've
I would have liked to hear his response to what we said, because basically after he streamed, we just said you're a liar. And I mean, you guys saw the video I posted about it. I was happy he admitted it, and I was like, this is a good thing, because now we can talk about it. But I would like the response.
got some questions that have come from the propaganda commanders. You're kind enough to answer those. And we've got some questions that we've found from the community.
I didn't submit a question. I couldn't think of one that wouldn't have been flaming him. That they would have answered, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
So spicy. So I think without further ado, we're gonna
Where's Brick? He's at home. I'm at my sister's for Christmas, bird.
dive right into things with our first question here from Red Monster Thing. They ask, since you are the buff diver, can you buff the variable's durable damage?
Now, I think they recorded this before the variable buff. I'm not 100% sure. I feel like they probably recorded this like 2 weeks ago. When did that patch go out that buffed the variable? It was this one, right? Yeah. 12-2. Yeah, just over 2 weeks. I think they recorded this 2 weeks, like, I don't know. Maybe he happened to ask that and the variable just got buffed anyway. I don't know.
And maybe slightly buffed.
Well, he obviously sent the question before the variable went out because he asked to buff the variable durable.
Ergonomics. I've specifically noticed a trend with the light pen guns having higher durable damage lately and better weapon handling. I understand that the variable is missing is a massive gun, so the ergonomics being slow feels somewhat justified, but I still want a smoother experience for my gun. Also, for research purposes, what you think is the most balanced gun? It would help me get a better idea of what you guys and the team think about where the balance should be.
Oh, that's a tricky question. So, for the durable damage of the variable, I will say fair point. I should have brought post-its.
I can make notes for you.
Is this guy not English or something? This dude speaks very well English. He's just talking slow.
Good. I think that's a fair point.
What's up, Solus?
I think there are a few guns that we'll probably need to have a look at. And the variable is definitely one of them. When it comes to the most balanced gun, probably now I forgot the name of it. Or I know the dev name of it.
The name will be added. But that is the gun that is the most balanced. What makes it so balanced?
Okay, so the Deadeye. So I already watched this a little bit. Let's just listen to the answer.
Most balanced. What makes it so balanced?
It has some clunkiness to it, and if you get around, if you master the weapon, there's a good payoff at the end. It is usable enough if you're if you just pick it up. It just feels good straight off the bat. But when you master it, it has like a good amount of depth and very nice like visceral feeling to it, because it has to feel good to use. It has to be easy to pick up and start having fun with, and it has to have like a good mastery ceiling. So I think that those are like a few some of the components to make something a good, balanced and nice experience.
Thank you.
So it's very telling. I mean, bro, that doesn't really tell shit. Let's be real. We already knew this. So, you know, some people got offended by my what's the right word? Exaggerated title and thumbnail. Does the Maxi gun have worse quality of life than an El Salvadorian prison? This is how they design guns, bro. This is how they design guns. They want them to just be clunky as hell. If it's clunky, it's balanced. That's literally what he just said. I wrote this notepad like months ago. I've pulled this up on stream multiple times. There are a lot of intentional mechanics that slow the player and cause friction. long reload speeds, ergonomics, etc. But also Hover Pack, for example, lands so slow. I know the game's not trying to have Apex movement. That's fine. We're all fine with it. I don't want the game to be Apex. I don't want the game to be Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. But there's too much sometimes. Think about when they allowed us to dive and stim. This removed so much friction, and literally 0 people said this was a bad change. I'm sure one dude somewhere, but he's an idiot. So, like, it's like, bro, we don't want the game to be Apex, but it's like, let me just move a little bit, literally a slight little bit with the maxi gun. Let me not frickin' hold a pistol like this. Like, bro, this is how our Helldivers holds pistols. These guys are apparently live in a gun culture on Super Earth and have been shooting guns since they were children. This is the lore of the video game, but I guess their parents taught them to hold a pistol like this. So, you know, if you don't have the emotional maturity of a 12-year-old and you can get past an obviously exaggerated thumbnail and title, that's what this video was really pointing out, okay? That's really what that video was pointing out. We've been talking about this. Odo's been talking about this for a year, and he just said it. Deadeye is their best balanced weapon because it's clunky, but it has a good payoff. Clunkiness feeling is not a balance factor. This is why they never nerfed the damage on the Breaker or the Breaker Incendiary. They just took away ammo because they want you to have quality of life issues. That is their game design. And I don't know if, like, Tarkov does this or some shit. I don't know if they got this from Tarkov. Where did they get this, chat? Anybody know? Anyone know? It's called cock and ball torture, okay? Not everybody's into it. You know, I don't kink shame usually. But don't try to force your kink onto me. Why can't we get the micro gun, which is a smaller minigun? Yo, Bacon with the 10
Just
pounds.
Blaze in peace, bro.
I got you, bro. Yo, Bacon, thank you for the 10 pounds. Can we throw up some W's? Be based in kink shame. If your kink's not illegal, I don't really care. I join and he's immediately talking about kink shaming. The hell did I walk into? No, I'm talking about how I don't kink shame. Hi, Cyano. There you go, King. It's from World of Tanks. Does World of Tanks do that? I've never seen any game make guns feel this bad to use consistently. Bro, I don't think so either. Like, I can't think of another game. I don't know where they got this from. Nah, I don't play Risk of Rain. You're saying they think having nails point up with tar on the sidewalk is balance for walking, but then they ask
And bullets for you.
the
And bullets
retard
for
question
you.
of why is no one
Everybody
using
gets
my
bullets.
balanced sidewalk? Yo, Bacon with the channel membership now too. Can we throw up some W's? Hi, Jen. World of Tanks kink shame. World of kink shaming. They must have gotten it from Bungie or Activision. Guns feel worse than Arc Raiders. Overwatch 1? Merry Christmas, Bacon. Thank you, thank you. Yo, Jin with the channel membership as well.
And bullets for you. And bullets for you. Everybody gets bullets.
What do they say in your country, Jin? Happy Eid? Is it Eid? Not the terrible gunplay, the stupidity of balance. Alright, so yeah, let's continue. Basically, yeah, nothing new. We make the guns feel clunky on purpose. Yeah, everybody who isn't a glazed diver nonstop can admit this.
Nicholas. We're going to move on. Our next question comes from Demo Storm. Any chance we get improvements to the galactic map to explain gambits or best opportunity to dive planets? MO or no MO? It seems like a lot of people don't know what is really going on without outside information from one of the apps, and would be super helpful to have our own Joan of Helldivers to your Joel of Destruction explaining some of the numbers work would also be great, as I know a few of us can't figure out if it's best to do.
I'm gonna be real, I don't really care about this part. We're gonna watch this part on like
5 from Cyano.
2 times speed.
I tried Maxi Gun and it just feels underwhelming. Like the visual is cool and shit, but man, it's not fun to use.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Cyano. Yeah, throw up some W's for Cyano. Yeah, I mean, if you saw my video about it, you should know I wholeheartedly agree with you. Yep, it's just not fun to use. Bro, can I talk about what makes me not want to play the game and kills my immersion more than everything they says kills immersion? You know what kills my immersion more than anything in Helldivers 2? It's the way the developers balance the game. They do the dumbest shit ever, and then they act like my immersion's not going to get killed. Last time I played this, December 7th, when the patch was. The last time I played before that patch, November 18th. I don't know, I made up a number. I've been blasting in PoE. Last played today. Because they want the game to be good. They want the game to feel good to use. Bro, you guys should see the Druid forums, the Werewolf forums. I wonder if I have a video of it. Bro, we gotta boot this up real quick. What's up, Elron? Is not spinning up when aiming. That's pretty standard functionality in any other shooter game with a minigun. Chat, I want to show you guys something. I want to show you guys something real quick of what I'm talking about. Non-clunky feeling gameplay. Because this is peak. So, they just added a druid. They just added... PoE 2 has its problems, but the devs don't hide them. They are dedicated... This is a beta, and they are dedicated to improving the game. Okay, so PoE 2 just added a druid, where you can shapeshift into different creatures, okay? Look what happens when I use a monk attack. Look how quick I can go from a monk to a wolf to a dragon. In Helldivers 2, you would have to sit for like 5 minutes, shapeshifting slowly while the enemies advance upon you. Like, this is the difference between making a game feel good to play and making a game feel clunky. And what they just said was their perfect balance is a clunky feeling gun. That's what they just said. And it's insane to me. It's insane. Like, let's make the guns unfun. That's how we want to balance the game. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Everything in difficulty 10, or B, speedrun the main and get out actually best min-max.
Good question. It is something we have.
I missed the question.
On the main.
Bro, I'm not in the honeymoon phase. I have 700 hours
Shaq
in this
Hennessy!
game.
Keep watching, it gets way worse.
Yo, Deku with the 2 euro. Can we get some W's? And regardless if you think PoE 2 has problems or not, it obviously does. But the difference is the developers actually try to make the combat fluid and feel fun. Yeah, Deku, we're going to keep watching. Thank you for the 2. What's up, Suda? Lots of levels and builds you would need to look up if you want to make an effective character. Yeah, that's true, but the clunkiness is not in the gameplay. It's in the build making, which you do have to look up guides to play. Okay, whatever. You're a dumbass. I can forgive mistakes in balancing. I can't forgive intentional design flaws. Yeah, that's the difference. Being accurate should be rewarded, not be a mechanic that keeps getting worse with multipliers that work against you. I almost got soft-locked by the wolf pouncing to normally unpathable area. The current PoE 2 iteration is pretty bleak, but even then it's beating out HD2 jank. I think PoE 2 has obvious problems that they've got feedback on, and they said they're going to work on it. And I don't think PoE 2 is bleak at all. Like, bro, the game is still in beta. I don't know how to say it. It's in beta, and it's better than 90% of actual launched games. AAA. I understand ARPGs are designed differently, and a lot of people have different tastes when it comes to ARPGs. How long can you be in beta? Well, ask Warframe. I think they've been in beta for like 15 years. This is the Arrowhead is a small studio cope. Sounds like a narcissistic game studio hellbent on causing misery and petty problems while trying to be cute about it. Where are you right now? At my sister's. My only problem is the inventory space. I like picking up everything, then looking at them, but in PoE 2 you got filter, then look at stuff on the floor before deciding to pick it up or not. Warframe is fully out. I thought it was still a beta. Yo, Novotic with the $20.
Oh, Shag Hennessy!
Got gifted money and whiskey while working the garbage truck. You take the money, I'll keep the whiskey.
Yo, thank you, Novotic. I appreciate you, King. Can we throw up some W's? Warframe's over a decade old. Also, it took a decade to get out of beta. Oh, okay, so it is out of beta now. But it was in beta for like 10 years. So, I wasn't wrong. What change would you want to see in PoE 2? Just listen to all the PoE 2 content creators. I'm not a PoE 2 content creator. Just watch Fubgun and Zizarin and Ben. They give good feedback. The whiplash going from Arc Raiders to HD2 shows how clunky Arrowhead intended to make their game. Most of these nitpick and smaller issues were fine during launch, but dear God, it's been 2 years. It's time to do better. Alright, let's get back to the interview.
And get out actually best min-max. The struggle of our outside planets. Any chance we get improvements to the galactic map, to MO, and to your
We were after this question.
As I know, a few of us can't figure out if it's best to A, do everything in difficulty 10, best.
Something we have talked a lot about here in Arrowhead, and I guess the simple answer is yes, we want to improve it. We have
Hi Freya, Merry Christmas.
A bunch of ideas, but you know, the community.
And bullets for you.
Yo, Link.
And bullets for you. Everybody gets bullets.
I actually really enjoyed the interview. It answered a lot of the questions I wanted and I liked the answers he gave.
Yo, Link, thank you for the 14 months, King. Could we throw up some W's? Appreciate it. Galactic War hasn't been something I pay attention to since like first 4 months. Thank you, I guess. If you want everything to be easy, stupid easy, equip the crossbow or cookout because it makes difficulty 10 easy mode. It's like they're all allergic to fun.
This apps and pages for this are surprisingly
Merry
good.
Christmas, Link.
You know, they've done a good job.
Thank you, by the way, Novotic. I don't know if I said thank you. Guys, I haven't streamed in like 3 weeks. I'm a little bit out of it.
And we kind of want to catch up to that, and eventually, like, also deepen that type of gameplay and understanding. But I will say that it will probably take some time. We don't have an abundance of capacity.
Oh, Shag Hennessy!
Ban Link, please.
Yo, Dobby with the $10. Yo, what's up, Dobby with the Throbby? Throw up some W's for Dobby. Also, I feel like some of you guys got lost in what I was saying about PoE. I said that the Druid has very fluid shape-shifting animations when you're going from Druid to human to another animal form. I didn't say PoE 2 was perfect. I didn't say they did this or that. So, like, I feel like a lot of you guys got lost in the sauce because you don't like the current League mechanic. And it's like, can you at least see the point I was trying to make? Please ban Link. Why, Dobby? It's Christmas. Link is safe on Christmas. We need to care about the location for more reason than variety and enemy type. Where was their answer to the actual question? Bro, I don't know. They said something about the MO and they're still working about it.
to expand on those features while also supporting all the stuff we are doing in the future, and just the cleaning house that we're doing now of just like fixing all the bugs.
Merry Christmas,
etc.
Olas.
So yes, eventually, but we want to.
Great to hear.
Bro, we eventually want to add more to the Galactic War is crazy. I'm not going to lie.
Demostorm goes on to ask, any thought into looking into improving or changing some of the older weaponry? War bonds, I know, are a great way to introduce new stuff, but I think introducing new mechanics to what we have also goes a long way, i.e.
Kryptonian?
grenade launcher having different rounds or stratagem customization in general.
So there's a bunch of questions in that. So going back, we have gone back many times to fix old things that aren't really that interesting, or maybe that kind of felt like it been left behind.
Hi, Anthony.
The thermite grenade, for example, is one that for a long time was pretty useless. But there is like, if we put up in a lot of work into it and maybe like remake functions, add ammunition, which we have done also to like the recoilless and the autocannon, etc. But there is some time needed to do that, which means that there's less time for us to do new things. So there's a...
Let's, yo, Merry Christmas, Crazy Mage.
Oh, Shag Hennessy!
Thank you for the
Merry
10.
Christmas.
Throw up some W's, boys. Everybody say Merry Christmas. I don't have a Christmas emote. I do have a chainmail emote. Let's do the chainmail emote. So, the answer to the question is, the more time we spend fixing old stuff, the less time we have to make new stuff. Okay. So, stop making war bonds and go fix old stuff. Because the more new war bonds you add with bad stuff in it, the bigger list of the crappy old stuff is growing.
Oh, Shag Hennessy!
And Sterilizer is still dog shit for over a year.
And we've literally submitted them balance docs that they could just copy and paste that wouldn't be as broken as the crossbow or orbital napalm barrage. And then like, it wouldn't even change the meta. Like, give Sterilizer the acid effect. It's literally a copy and paste. Didn't they, you know, this eerily reminds me of a what's the title? Production manager, who basically said we were releasing new content, so we neglected the state of the game. I think that was a different game, guys. Which game am I thinking of? I don't think it was Helldivers, where they just kept pushing new updates until the game was literally unplayable and was hard-locking computers. I don't know. So, yeah, you know, my answer to this is, yeah, fix the old stuff. Don't make new war bonds. It's crazy to me that you can identify this in one sector of the game, but then you say it confidently to a different sector of the game. Like, it's the same thing.
The question of like, how much do you want to just improve old thing versus like you could take that time and make a new thing.
And by the way, this answer is self-serving. This has nothing to do with the community. Yo, dies instantly with the 5 gifted. Yo, thank you for the 5 gifted. Dies instantly. Throw up some W's.
And bullets for you, and bullets for you. Everybody gets bullets.
Everybody gets bullets on Christmas. Yo, thank you, Dies instantly. Appreciate you. And Jin with the 16 months. PoE2 had a hard locking situation. They chose to acknowledge and fix it with the community. Yeah, I know. Throw up some W's for Jen. Thank you for 16 months. This answer is self-serving because every time they do like a 60-day plan style of we're gonna buff and fix 20 weapons in the game, or even like 15 or 10 weapons. That just adds more stuff for your dedicated fan base to play with. So, you know, take the Warbond team, and instead of making a new Warbond to make money, go fix the old stuff. That's why they don't do this. This whole answer of there's not new stuff for you guys to play with I want to play with better old stuff. That's what a lot of your players want to play with. So you're like this is like throwing the wool over your eyes. It's some bullshit.
Does that. You also wanna. Some guns are fun to have like flexibility in.
Maybe I should say it's not. It might not be. Maybe I'm attributing malice where I should be attributing ignorance. Maybe they actually think that players want new stuff and rather than fixing the sterilizer or something or the flag or buffing the flag. Like, bro, I guarantee you, if you buff the Super Earth flag and give it an aura, everybody will be happy. All your old dedicated players will do nothing but spam the flag for weeks, right? Like, we don't need a new war bond, bro. The dedicated fan base might say they want a new war bond over fixing the flag, but what does that say about all the old items? It says they're suck and they're boring.
But you don't want to make a gun that does everything, because then you don't need to bring another gun.
Also, this guy is not Mr. Buff Diver. Why is he talking about, like, things need to be balanced if he's such a buff diver?
You got everything you want. Because it's a game of having tools. It's like, how good you are is kind of like what kind of toolbox do you construct? Do you know what you'll be facing, what challenges you're gonna have, what team you have, and like what's your combined toolbox, what's your personal toolbox? And if too many weapons are like Swiss Army knives, then you just bring that. Plus, if you make like a grenade launcher, if you would take the standard grenade launcher and give it like, oh, here's every type of different grenade, then we also can't make another grenade launcher.
Yes, bro, because I wanted the arc grenade launcher, which has a 7-second reload and is not nearly as good as the other grenade launcher. That's insane, bro. Yeah, bro. I said this the last time I streamed. We're not. Remember when Sham said people don't like weapon customization? Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder why. Because you save all the good options to sell in war bonds. I did not see this part yet. I think I only watched like 5 minutes.
Because then this one does it all. And then you also kind of lose identity. It's like, is this normal?
Bro, guns lose identity when they feel good to shoot and they aren't clunky. This is their viewpoint. If a gun is not clunky, and you don't have to like figure out the 10 downsides to overcome, then it doesn't have an identity. This is their viewpoint on weapon design. Genuinely.
A grenade launcher? Is this a sci-fi grenade launcher? Is it what kind of thing is it? Is it everything? Because
Warframe has a balance of critical hits go burr. There is massive loadout variety. Bro, the implication of this statement is that every game that gives you a power fantasy has no loadout variety. That's the implication of this statement, and it's not true.
An everything sandwich is kind of like a nothing sandwich. It's like has no real identity. It's just like a bunch of stuff crammed into one. So
a gun doing multiple things is not an identity. Everything's a Swiss Army knife. There will be no loadout variety if everything does everything. Like, this is basically what he's saying.
But we have some old war bonds that are a bit lagging behind.
What's up, Aldir?
It will require some thought process to, like, okay, how do we make this interesting? We don't want to just, buff it so it's just the best war bond.
I agree. I think all these random damage buffs and damage creep we've been getting in patches is kind of absurd. You know, like with the defender, like why don't we make the defender have less sway and faster reload speed? Why don't we make the reprimand? Why did we take away the identity from the reprimand? Oh, because it was too good on bots. It was just a Swiss Army knife of a weapon. It just killed everything, so we had to kill the reprimand for the sake of game balance. Even though the reprimand never had more than a, 7% pick rate. Let's fact check me. force of law was peak reprimand. 4.4% pick rate. But we had to nerf it because it was a Swiss Army knife that did everything and there was no loadout variety.
I mean, Democratic Detonation went from being one of the worst, if not the worst, to be basically the best. And that's one way of doing it, but we don't want
to... Democratic Detonation was the best warbond on launch. It had some bad things in it. I don't know, he's just being hyperbolic.
Get into like this buffing war and then like everything is incredibly good, and now we just increase the power level of the whole game. And then you will have other warbonds that are lagging behind. So it's something we're constantly looking at it. We are constantly trying to get everything into a similar like viability level that you want to bring.
Grenade pistol, Tarragon. Also, crossbow was a sleeper hit.
5 from Confused Psyduck. The fact that they hit top 10 paid games in Steam every time they release a half-baked warbond shows them people will pay for anything they put out. Why fix the old stuff when they can make bank with new stuff and people will keep paying?
Consumers gonna consume slop. It is what it is. This game had a chance to be one of the best games this generation, and they failed hard. And it'll never return. And I said the same thing about Borderlands 3 to the CEO on Twitter. And I got a message from 2K being like, hey, you probably shouldn't talk to the CEO like that on Twitter. And then I quit the creator program. And I will say the same thing about Helldivers. If they don't... Helldivers literally gives me Borderlands PTSD. If they don't change their ways, Helldivers 3 will end up like Borderlands 4. I promise. I promise.
That you basically, no matter what you take, you're not like making a bad decision. The decision should be what toolbox are you building, and is everything a good tool for solving a specific problem? A long answer to, and I probably missed some of the question there even.
I think a great answer, and I think we definitely appreciate your transparency. So thank you for that. Moving on, Strider of Valor asks, my broad question is more of a blanket of things, but mainly from the 60-day patch to the Eruptor, Ultimatum, and now Coyote and future balancing patch coming, what principles and communication methods do you all desire to improve and ensure in communication to the Helldiver community is clear, honest, and transparent?
Good question. So I think first we have to start with establishing like what are we doing, why are we doing it?
Oh, Shag Hennessy!
What's up, Rendar?
Listen to the glaze and your game goes to waste.
Yo, Deku with the €2. Listen to the glaze and your game goes to waste. Can we throw up some yippies? Red Rod, I read your message too. It's so like that. Hi, Slithery. Thank you, Deku, for the €2 more.
So when we change something...
Hold on, let's run that back. I was reading chat. Something about the 60-day plan.
Answer, and I think we definitely appreciate your transparency, so thank you for that.
Yippee!
Moving on, Strider of Valor asks, my broad question is more of a blanket of things, but mainly from the 60-day patch to the Eruptor, Ultimatum, and now Coyote and future balancing patch coming, what principles and communication methods do you all desire to improve and ensure in communication to the Helldiver community is clear, honest, and transparent?
Yo, W question. He said, yo, y'all gonna stop lying? That was the question.
Good question. So...
But he asked it in a nice way so that he wouldn't get offended, but now he's not gonna get a real answer.
I think first we have to start with establishing like what are we doing, why are we doing it? So when we change something...
Oh, shit!
Yo, Lilith with the dono.
Their design strategy was successful in helping Arc Raiders become multiplayer.
Yo, let's fucking go, Arc Raiders. Bro, let's be real. Helldivers falling off did nothing for Arc Raiders. Let's be honest. Why does any dev think they can get by with lying and stealth nerfing in this modern age? I don't know, bro. Developers just think people don't know how to reverse engineer their coding language or something. More gaslighting and nerfs, it gives us pleasure. We're sorry. We're sorry. You guys didn't want us to nerf the coyote? We're sorry. Lila, thank you for the dono.
People need to know why. Like, if they know what we're aiming for, then they can say like, you're hitting that target. If they don't know what we're aiming for, then they will set up their own target and say, well, you're missing my target.
So, you know what's crazy about this, bro? I know all your targets. Okay? Like, I wrote this shit like 3 months ago. Like, they said they want the war bonds to be fantasy and roleplay, but you guys don't code it in the game, so you actually are missing your target. You actually are missing your target. You guys have said multiple times that you neglect old content in favor of getting out new content, which causes you to literally miss your target. So, you guys aren't even successful at delivering the game you want. When the game launched and railguns and arc throwers could slap Bile Titans across the map, that was not your target. You missed your target. I'm not saying what I want my target to be. I'm saying, like, they literally have not developed the game that they were trying to develop. And it's just obvious.
And then...
Which is why you should stop. And get some help.
They'll be unhappy with it. So, when it comes to all of those things, we're just like, they, at some point in time, either when they were introduced or at some point, they were like, we toned them down.
Oh, Shaq Hennessy!
They want to have targets for goals, but their guns can't hit them, damn.
Yo, true. Novotic, thank you for the 5. They want to have targets, but their guns can't hit them. Damn, bro. The Arrowhead devs have sway. They have coding sway.
Kind of almost needed a whiteboard, but I don't have one. I'll use interpretive. I'll use interpretive dance instead. So basically, we've gotten to a place where us and I think the majority of the community agrees. It's like this kind of power level is like now we're happy. Here the game feels good. It seems.
Bro, something is wrong with either the way they take feedback. Something's wrong with the way they take feedback. How are they going to say the majority of the community is happy? Let's go on Reddit. I know where the majority of the community is happy. Bro, the majority of their community, to them, is Reddit and Discord. That's who they're talking about. Discord and Reddit are not even in the top 5 of your 2 largest social platforms. Your largest social platform is YouTube. And then probably TikTok. And then probably Facebook. Bro, I ran a poll on just my channel. And my channel probably leans more towards hardcore Helldivers fans. 50% of people who answered the poll are not in the Discord. 50%. And that's of my channel, my audience, which is a small niche hardcore Helldivers. So I don't know what that tells you. The majority of your players are not on Discord. The vast majority are not on Reddit. Why do you think content creators are just the worst people to ever grace this earth according to Reddit and Discord? But if you look at my YouTube channel, majority of my stuff is above 90% like ratio. Bro, even my Maxi Gun El Salvador prison video had a 90% like ratio. How do you think this is possible if you only listen to Discord and Reddit? 90%, 90%, 95, 93, 96, 97, 95. How do you think this is possible if you only listen to Discord and Reddit? And I guarantee you, it's the same way for Odo. I guarantee you, it's the same way for Clay when he complains. Here, we can look at the like ratio. Self-sabotage. Helldivers is turning into a game for no one. 25,000 likes, 1,000 dislikes. If you listen to the... If you think your majority of your community is happy about the power level and balance, please explain this. Please explain this to me. Please explain this to me.
5 from Nick. Shadow 3-8 said, what community? They banned everyone.
What community? They banned everyone. No, I ran a poll on that. I think only like 5% or 10% of people are banned, which is still a lot. But I did run a poll on it. Yo, can we get some W's? Thank you, Nick, for the $5. Bro, there's a problem with their Discord and their Reddit and the way they take feedback. That is the guaranteed issue here. There's a 0% chance that an aware developer can say this or believe this. Unless he's just getting fed false information or he's lying. It's one of the two. How the hell does Helldivers is turning into a game for no one have 25,000 likes and 1,000 dislikes? This 1,000 dislikes is Reddit and Discord. This 25,000 likes is the 95% of your community who doesn't breathe from their mouth. Alright, some of these guys are mouth breathers too. Let's be real. YouTubers typically gain a community of people who follow them. Odo's video has 500,000 views. This is not his typical community. This reached mass YouTube algorithm. Also, explain to me, bro, there were like 5 videos that went up glazing into the unjust, and they all had comments turned off or they got deleted. Okay? This whole thing about YouTubers gain a following of people who just watch them, that's not true for a majority of YouTubers. Explain to me why Ren's reviews took down his videos. Explain to me why Doom had comments turned off. Explain to me, who else, bro? There was like 5 different videos glazing into the untested. And they all were mass dislike bombed, comments turned off, videos deleted. Like, why? It's not a big deal. They liked that update, and that's fine, and that's fair. But the community at whole disagreed, and they dislike bombed it. They left negative comments. When I post a video that my audience thinks is a bad take, they dislike it, and they tell me I'm dumb. Polar Patriots is good. 1 year ago, 47k views. Let's see how many dislikes on this one. Wow, more dislikes than upvotes. I liked this war bond. It had my favorite gun in the game in it. So I said it was good. More dislikes than likes. Okay? I cultivated my community to just listen to me and to just be brainwashed. Well, there's no proof of that. There's 0 proof of that. It's not real. It's not true. YouTube is a general platform. Hey, Mom. Where if people disagree, they will let you know in the comments. YouTube should have never got rid of the dislike button. You know why they did? Because they posted a YouTube Rewind that was the most disliked video on the platform. And then they weirdly got rid of the dislike button afterwards.
Seems to make sense. We're having a good time. At 60-day patch, or before it, we were like, the game versus what you can do felt like you were a little bit underpowered. And we bumped it up a bit, and then like people were like, yeah, this is better. Like it will feel better. We don't know exactly what you're aiming for yet, but this is better. And at a certain point, we feel like we got kind of close to at around where we are now. It's like there are some bumps, but like the power level is roughly like in a
There's some bumps, like when I lied about the coyote.
good place, and we can.
bro. That's what he meant. Just say it, bro. Just say it. I feel like these guys are like can't talk about their downfalls, bro. I just pulled up the Polar Patriots video. That was my. That's when I made a mistake. I glazed a war bond.
5 from Captain_Jack_Irons. The Breaker Incendiary and Pummeler both come with a foregrip by default, yet the Pummeler has the same base recoil as the Defender without a foregrip. Breaker Incendiary has kinda less recoil, but it's outperformed the moment you put a foregrip on base Breaker.
To be fair, I think the Breaker Incendiary only has better recoil because they wanted to nerf the Breaker without nerfing the damage, so they nerfed the quality of life of it. So, to be fair, I think your argument should work there too. Yo, Captain Jack, thank you for the $5. Everyone's been asking us to remove the dislike button. I like all the YouTubers I watch except this one guy that cares so little for his viewers that he doesn't even bother to brush his hair. I only watch to make sure his cat is doing well. Somehow I feel like you're talking about me.
Shake hands with the community and be like, yes, the game experience here is good. If we get stuff that pop up from this.
The reason why you will never shake hands with your community and you will continue to cause division and toxicity in your community is because you can't make a gun fun to play. Your balance design is to make a gun feel clunky to use, which makes people upsetty spaghetti. Okay, and then they do things like compare the quality of life to your weapons to prison, right? So until you make the guns not feel clunky, you're going to cause division within your community. Until you unban the word glaze and let people roast the dumbasses in your Discord and Armory chat and just openly call them stupid, which they are, you're not going to get rid of the toxicity in the community, because instead you did the opposite. You silenced anybody who criticized the game, and you empowered your Armory chat. This is the issue with the game.
Like, oh, the Master Blaster 2000 is like incredibly better than all the other weapons. Then you get like...
Did you say the ass blaster?
Like, oh, the Master Blaster 2000.
Oh, I thought you said the ass blaster.
Is like incredibly better than all the other weapons. Then you get like using that one, everything else might feel worse, but also you're kind of playing another game. Like here's the game that you're playing that's above everyone else where you can do more. And some people will be like, yes, that's the game I want to play. Why take that away from me?
Have we ever had a Master Blaster in Helldivers? I feel like it's Orbital Napalm Barrage.
Hennessy!
Why'd they make one up? Just say autocannon.
Yo, Miss Ebola with the $2. Just say autocannon.
From Thackendub.
Yo, Thack with another 15.
Cat food and industrial strength comb.
Yo, Thack, thank you for another 15. Can we throw up some W's for Miss Ebola and Mr. Thackum Dub? Appreciate you guys. Brick's at home. My roommate's probably been spoiling him with wet food. Spear was asked for like a year. How can a dev have this viewpoint and then they put War Strider in the game? Pre-60-day autocannon. Arrowhead has permanent P... Oh yeah, I guess Railgun. Yeah, I guess Railgun. Hi, Space T. Spear is still ass.
For me. But then we'll also have like... Some people don't want that. They want to use the other stuff. And if you come into a lobby and play...
Bro, like... The reason why Orbital Napalm never got nerfed is because Alexis made it, and he was happy that people liked it. And, okay, I'm trolling. The real reason is because, be good, chat, or you get deported. The real reason is because they want the stratagems to be powerful. They want the stratagems to be powerful and the primary weapons and support weapons to feel weak. But it's weird because now they've buffed both, and the game is in a weird spot because of it. Yo, what's up to Cringer? You're getting deported.
Players are like, here we're going for it. difficulty 10, like doing everything, having a breeze, destroying predator strain, everything. Then they will say, oh, you joined.
Huh?
If you come into a lobby and players are like, here we're going for it. Difficulty 10, like doing everything, having a breeze, destroying predator strain, everything.
So, how about the fact that less than 2,000 bugs spawn in a 4-man? How about the fact that the last squad games I played on December 7th on the bugs, we killed like 1,500 or 1,700 bugs? But last time I checked, when I play the game solo on bugs, I always get like 1,200 kills. So in solo, I get 1,200 kills. In squads, I get 1,500 kills total for the whole squad. So what that means is that when we go from single player to 4-player, we only add 300 bugs. Like 1,200 for me and 100 for each of my teammates. Like, these are the total spawn counts. Why are we talking about weapon balance? I should have asked this question. Why are we talking about weapon balance, bro? It's literally disgusting how little enemies spawn. It's disgusting. And that's why the platinum missions are good. And, oh, by the way, chat, to all my Reddit and Discord naysayers, it's crazy that a lot of people said, oh, Thick Fillet just wants the game to be an arcade horde shooter. That's not what the game is. What do you think platinum missions are? And guess what? They're difficult, and people are begging for them to not nerf it, because they actually are fun. Well, well, well. That's crazy, isn't it, guys? I was going to make this video. I never did. Wow. It's crazy when you actually spawn enemies in a horde shooter. The game is fun. It's insane, isn't it? Wow. Thick wants the game to be Path of Exile 2. Get it right. That's crazy, guys. I guess, like, I don't know. We should just make it a Souls-like, where instead of 100 enemies, it's one enemy with the HP of 100. The issue is enemy spawn rates. Yeah, it's something with the trash with the spawn weight. The game is broken. Last time I was in Pred Strain, I had the most kills, but I only had like 450. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, bro. If you get more than 2,000 kills on bugs, you had an exciting game. When it should be like 4,000. Like, you should be fighting 4,000 bugs in a 4-man. That's 1,000 per player. That's what you should be fighting. The platinum missions are unplayable even if you kill all the enemies on such a tiny map. You can't get past their corpses. Yeah, they should despawn enemies faster. I think it would help performance, but I don't know about that. The platinum mission would be better if you had a chance to set up defense missions. Well, they don't have enough defensive stratagems for that. I got 853 kills on Pred Strain. How many did your teammates have? Like 50 each? 1,000 bug scalps. Ebola, I think they fixed the bot crash. I stress tested it and I couldn't get my game to crash. I tried. We are back to where nothing spawns in a Mega Nest when your team has a bug breach. Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, I stress tested it. I got my game to chop and stutter for 15 seconds at a time, but I was shooting every single dropship. I think we killed... I forget how many kills we got.
Then they will say, oh, you joined the lobby, take the Master Blaster 2000. And he's like, no, I don't want to play with that. And they say, well, then you're gone. Kick. Like we had in the beginning of the game.
Bro, why are we saying this still? Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? IGN, March 20th, 2024. Helldivers 2 players are kicking teammates who don't have meta loadouts. One post on the Helldivers Steam forum said they're kicking teammates for not using meta. hey, here's the original Steam post. Here's the original Steam post with 300 clown rewards. This guy was literally rage baiting so he could buy cosmetics for his profile. And now the devs say they nerf things because of this guy. This guy got a few cosmetics for his profile for the devs to forever feel justified in nerfing things to create a non-toxic community. You want to know which part of your community is the most toxic? Let's just show it. Here's the main Discord. Here's the Reddit. This is called Armory Chat. It is the most toxic place in this entire community. If you go into the rules, on March 2nd, 2025, a moderator posted and said, after some discussion, it's been brought to my attention that part of the problem in this room is there is a lot of people who come in to stir the pot. We want to help this place be a better place for discussion, so if you troll someone or pick a fight, please use the silent ping function. Here's a list of things you can't do. People derailing chat due to arguments. People hate posting about YouTubers. People doom posting. Let's just type in Armory Chat and type in Odo. Odo was mentioned 2,753 times in Armory Chat. As early as today, multiple times today. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Odo was mentioned 5 times today in Armory Chat. It seems like you guys aren't making sure people follow the rules that are pinned in the Armory Chat. I think the moderators in this chat have an issue with with enforcing the rules in this chat, and they should probably just delete it, in my honest opinion. Like, this is the most toxic part of your community, and it's not even close. It's not even close. Do you guys want to know my first interaction with Armory Chat? My first interaction with Armory Chat was when we made the balance feedback document for the 60-day plan, and they shared the live stream and the doc in there, and they just talked shit on me nonstop. And then I had no idea what Armory Chat was, so I went in there to try to defend it, and then I got blamed, for witch hunting and leading the hate train on Alexis. That was me, apparently. You know, I recorded a video about this I never posted. Let's just pull up the video. This is some unreleased thick fillet right here.
The date is December 1st.
I never posted this shit, guys.
Trust as a player in their balancing team. Feedback for how we wanted to see things. We had a game that could unite developers and players once and for all. Well, someone shared my stream in the Armory Chat, and they just ended up talking shit the whole time. They called me a dumbass, roasted it, low IQ takes. All this would do is make the game easy. And I ended up going in there later just because someone told me they were talking about it, completely unaware that this is the most elitist and toxically positive part of the community. I tried to defend what I wrote in my balance doc, and it just ended up somehow getting to a point where they accused me of being a content creator who sent my community to harass the developers. They just sent...
Now, by the way, the Alexis thing started because of someone on Reddit, some random post on Reddit. That's where it started from.
Screenshots of massively upvoted comments on my videos saying they wanted Alexis to be fired and whatnot, to the point where, you know, I shared a clip of myself on stream 3 months before this time telling people not to witch on Alexis. Now, I will show this clip in a second, but my view on content creation and how I treat my community is if there is a very popular take within the community, it is not my job to hide this. It is my job to look at the trends my community is talking about and to actually discuss it with them and engage with it, which is why I end up talking about it on stream. I like comments to let people know that I'm reading their comment. I reply to a bunch of comments. You see this on all my videos.
If I like your comment, if I heart your comment, all it means is that I read it. It doesn't necessarily mean I agree with you. It means I read it. I may respond to it. I may not respond to it. It's not my job to run defense for Arrowhead, bro. I'm sorry. That's not my job. I don't care. It's not my job. And on top of that, I have said, don't witch hunt the devs. I've said this a multitude of times. And you know what happens? Every time I say it, someone donates hating on them anyway. I can't stop it, bro. Even if it was my job, I can't stop it. I would get fired.
I read a majority of the comments that come into my YouTube channel. Sometimes if I have videos go very viral, I can't read them all. I don't try to control what my commenters say, and quite frankly, it's not my job to run defense for Arrowhead employees. Now, with that being said, I have talked about this on stream multiple times. Here is the clip from a long time ago. This is just a random clip I shared in Armory chat. This is from a live stream on May 22nd, 2024.
I'm going to tell you guys not to fucking witch hunt a specific dev, because as much as you may believe that, like, you got to understand that it's not just one dev. It's the whole
Sora.
team and their
I
whole
like saying bye.
production. Like that.
So basically what I explain is don't witch hunt one specific developer. They come to these conclusions as a team. This is
still true, by the way. There's no reason to witch hunt Alexis. Like, Alexis be catching strays all these months later. Like, if he says something dumb, you can say that. That's fine. But when it's clearly shown that the whole Arrowhead team agrees with his takes, it's not Alexis's fault, and you shouldn't say he should get fired. They all agree. So there's no reason to witch hunt someone specifically, and they get like death threats and shit, which is obviously wrong.
Developer is the one who decides to talk to us. And you know what happened after they got witch hunted? They stopped talking in the Discord a lot. And now we don't hear the point of view for why they design the weapons the way they do. And now we can't really argue against the true balancing and their actual ideas for why they get those weapons. Or we can't come to understand and appreciate why they made those weapons the way they did. Now, I shared this clip in here, and it just ended, you know, nobody took it in good faith. They just said like,
bro, one of them said, look, you make no effort to control your community. This is what this comment says. You make no effort to control your community. This was in response to me showing an effort to tell people not to witch hunt the dev. They take nothing in good faith. You know what happened? They said, don't be surprised when the community in here thinks you're a bad person for witch hunting Alexis. And you know what I responded? I said, I don't care. I don't care what you guys think. And then they took this as, I don't care that people are witch hunting Alexis. And then I just stopped ever trying. I just stopped ever trying to engage with them after that. I just stopped. I never took them in good faith again, because they never take me in good faith.
I still was promoting witch hunting. I left a comment in Armory chat that said, don't
yeah, I said this too.
Witch hunting.
This is what I talk about when I say you guys take everything as bad faith as possible. I quite literally just time-stamped myself addressing the thing 3 months ago. And yet, people say I make no effort to control my community.
A comment in Armory chat that said, don't witch hunt Alexis, go witch hunt all of Arrowhead. You know, some could say maybe it's not the best choice of words, but personally to me, a witch hunt is when you single someone out, and you can't really single out a whole company. And even the moderators came in here, they didn't ban.
Yeah, the moderators came in there and agreed with me, by the way. They said Thick isn't witch hunting. How do you witch hunt a whole dev team? Witch hunting is literally singling someone out. Like, witch hunting means you're trying to find the witch. Like,
and in fact, there are rules ever since I've been in here not to hate post against YouTubers. Here was a pinned comment from mods. You know, don't derail chat due to arguments. Don't hate post on YouTubers. And don't stop doom posting. Now, to this day, the rules in this chat are not really upheld very well. If you literally just search Odo's name in this chat, he is meant.
You know what's insane? Oh, look, when I recorded this video, it was 2,600. It's 2,700 now. You know what's insane? Odo is mentioned in the Armory chat more times than the word thick. The word thick is only said 800 times. Now, when people say thick, they're talking about me or they're talking about like thick thighs. Odo's name is mentioned more times in here. Odo is the enemy number one. 2,753 times. This is absurd.
Mentioned 2,600 times. That is a lot of times to mention Odo. Now, this was as early as yesterday, but people are constantly talking trash on him in there. So this is not just a me problem. Pretty much if you're a Helldivers YouTuber, they don't like you. Now, the funny thing about this is,
and this is why I just played the video, because I don't feel like explaining all this. I already made a video about it.
They don't understand.
The funny thing about this is the first time I made my balanced video, instead of coming into the chat and talking with us and explaining their viewpoints, they just talk trash. My next balanced feedback stream, on the thumbnail, I put come in and give ideas. And it was, even though they shit talked me for months on end, I still put that in my thumbnail. It was still a subtle nod to them that, hey, you guys are welcome here. You can come talk. And so I'm sorry. I'm going to show this in a second. I'm sorry that when I do all these things to try to invite anyone, that a year after you all talk trash on me for months, I don't feel bad saying that you are the problem. You are the toxic part of the community. You are the issue.
And that if they can't...
This is now a Crydiver safe space. Now none of them are welcome here. It's been a year since all of this. Like, I don't care anymore, bro. I'm sorry.
And participated in the balanced feedback streams, and they explained some of their point of views, I would listen to them. I ended up doing another balanced feedback stream a few months later where I put in the thumbnail, come give ideas. And I actually kind of targeted them with this in mind. Now, it's hard for me to want to go into that chat.
Oh, and also, when they were talking trash on me, some people in there actually left critique on some of the stuff in my balance stock. Specifically, one person said, that's not how you fix the airburst launcher, it needs this. And I actually changed it based on what someone from the armory said, because they left a good critique that made sense. And so I changed my balance stock to put what they said in it, even after they talked all this trash on me.
5 from Cyano.
Yo, Cyano, thank you for the 5. Let me pull up your message. Oh my god, I'm not logged in. Can you link the balance stock? It's pre-60-day plan. Cyano says, gotta love these mouth-breathing, basement-dwelling, multi-million-dollar company defending glazers. We love you, Thickums. This was Cyano's message. Thank you, Cyano. Appreciate you. Can we throw up some W's? Also, you know what's crazy? My 60-day plan balance feedback was not as much as they buffed things in the 60-day plan. I asked for tanks to get one-shot by anti-tank, not Hulk bodies, and not factory striders. I think I asked for like 800 damage on the thermite, not 2,000. I think I asked for like 500 damage crossbow, not a 630 damage. And most of the damage in my feedback I put on the projectile. So you could two-shot things if you hit them both with the bolts, but you could kill small chaff with the AoE. So, you know, just so you know, my balance feedback did not power creep the game as much as it is right now. For certain things.
And extend the olive branch and go share this due to the experience I had in there. But ultimately, if you watch my content, you know that I am someone who wants more difficulty in the game. You know that I have defended some nerfs in the past. You know that...
Like Ultimatum, or... I've defended like 3 nerfs, guys. I can't think of them all. Ultimatum. They should nerf Fabricators. Fabricators shouldn't be destroyed so easily.
That I could defend nerfing some guns today. So ultimately, in my opinion, who is the toxic side of the community here? And sorry that it's now a year later. I do not feel bad for telling people that glaze divers are the ones ruining this community, because a year later, the problem was never solved by the moderators. Instead, they banned the word glaze in the Discord. They banned the word glaze on Reddit. And a year later,
The problem with this community is glaze divers, hands down. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If you get called a glaze diver, but you're not a mindless numbskull, I'm sorry. That sucks for you. We're not talking about you. You mistakenly got called a glaze diver. Okay, fine. We're done with that now. But if you defend nerfs to weapons that are not overpowered, or you say,
and bullets for
like,
you, and bullets for you, everybody gets bullets!
It's impossible to fully agree with everyone's opinion. The problem is when you don't hear people's opinion out. I don't like narrow-minded views.
Trav, thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate you, King. Yeah, I agree. I mean, and that's the thing, is I've tried to hear some of these people out. They don't reciprocate, so it is what it is. Can we get some W's for Trav? I disagree that it's impossible to agree with everyone. Oh yeah, I don't think Recoilless should one-shot Factory Strider. I low-key don't think it should one-shot Bile Titan. But maybe they should just spawn more Bile Titan. What's up, Vito? Yeah, the issue with this game is the elitist people who quote-unquote want difficulty. They don't want difficulty. They're good at mastering bad mechanics, which anybody can do. The game Helldivers is easy. The issue was never the difficulty. The issue was the devs want you to get kicked in the nuts 10 times. That's the gameplay. The game was never hard. What were the win rates during Escalation of Freedom? Tell me. And what were the win rates of Platinum missions? Tell me. What were the win rates of OG Scientists? What were the win rates of Meridia? This is the difference between actual difficulty and CBT. There's a big difference. If you like CBT, good for you. I'm happy for you. But guess what? I don't. So I don't want the game to be like that.
Main Reddit is also infested with this mindset because posts on Reddit are constantly deleted. Recently, a new subreddit called Helldivers Unfiltered cropped up where people literally share why they got banned or why something got removed in the main Reddit, and you can just go to this subreddit if you're curious for what gets removed. Now, this ultimately comes down to sort of philosophy, you know.
All right. Back to the dev interview, because so we got so sidetracked because they tried to say that this was the toxicity in the community. This shit is cap. This was an IGN article. And then you know what happened after the IGN article? Then some other people started doing it. Nobody kicks you for not using meta, bro. It was 0.1% of games ever in this game, and it never happens anymore. Never. Like, after the first couple months of the game, this never happened again. Just not true. Anybody who says it happened brought Tesla Tower and cluster bombs and mortar on bugs, and then they said they got kicked for not using meta. It's literally just a lie.
With, like, oh, you didn't bring a railgun to the lobby, and then you got kicked because they're like, oh no, you're just making bad choices.
CBT is cock and ball torture.
There was some indication of that during the prime era of the Incendiary Breaker 2.
Bro, I can't hear him talk about this more, bro. It's ridiculous.
And then you get like, now we start getting a...
You know what happened? One of the Arrowhead developers joined a public lobby, and they got kicked for team killing because they think it's funny as a dev team, and then they said they got kicked for not using meta. That's what happened.
Separation of...
One of the Arrowhead devs got kicked for not using meta. That's what happened.
Community, where some players say like, no, we're playing on this power level. The rest of the weapons and gear are on this power level. We want to be up here.
Yeah, one of the Arrowhead devs brought fire pods and got kicked, and then they said, I got kicked because I'm not using the meta.
And then maybe some people are like, oh, we play with the Constitution, and they're playing down here. The Constitution is...
Bro, anytime I was playing this game with viewers, you were not allowed to bring Orbital Napalm Barrage, and we did not activate SAM sites, because those two things made and you can't bring mines. those two things make the game too easy. We literally banned meta from my lobbies.
I have a problem with how open-ended increased difficulty I play with 3 other employed fathers, and we do not have fun on anything above level 7. Just fill me in with what you mean, please.
irregular reviews. I've made a lot of videos on this. In my opinion, the game should be hard. But it shouldn't be hard in a way that is cock and ball torture. It should be hard in a meaningful way that is hard.
You couldn't hit a cow's arse with a banjo.
Yo.
Yo, Adlam, thank you for the 4 months. Can we throw up some W's in Twitch chat? If you don't put a lot of hours in the game to be super good at it and you're employed, that's valid, but you should be stuck on difficulty 7, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because there are no-lifers, and it's not just streamers, and who want harder challenge in this game. Now, it should be through enemy spawns. They shouldn't nerf weapons. So when I say CBT, cock and ball torture, style of difficulty, that's making the Coyote sometimes light bot troopers in one shot, and sometimes it just takes 2, which kills them anyways, or nerfing the warrior durability. This is just annoying stuff. The platinum missions are really fun, and if you bring the most meta loadout on platinum missions, it's still challenging, and it's fun. It's challenging. It's not necessarily difficult. I don't know. There's some distinction between the words. I think challenge is a better word to aim for. What the fuck, banana?
Oh, Shag Hennessy!
Sounds like a battle of egos. Your ego is hurt because they stopped taking your feedback. They stopped taking your feedback because it hurts their ego.
Danny, thank you for the $5. My ego's not hurt because they stopped taking my feedback. I'm sad and disappointed that one of the potential best games of this generation is just following the footsteps of Borderlands, Destiny, all your other favorite games that suck now. Halo. It has nothing to do with my ego. It's me looking at something and saying, this is obvious. Don't do this. Is that a big ego? Like, let me think of a metaphor that won't get me canceled. I'm trying to think of a metaphor here. Okay, so I used to know. Nah, I shouldn't say this one. Alright, fuck it. I used to know this kid who was a drug addict, and he wanted to loan money to a crackhead. And I told him not to do it. And I said, don't do it. You're going to lose your money. You're not going to get paid back. And you know what he did? You know what he did? He loaned money to a crackhead. And you know what happened? He lost his money. He didn't get it back.
They keep fucking around and people will stop caring. When they stop caring, the game will actually die.
So, let me ask you, am I an all-knowing prophet and seer, and I can see the future when I say, don't loan money to a crackhead? Is that big ego for me to say that, and then when they lose their money, I say I was right? Is that big ego, or is that just, I'm not stupid. It's obvious. That's the difference. So people see me say stuff like that, and they say I have a big ego, and it's like, no, bro, I don't care. I'll move on. I'll play more Path of Exile. I like this game. They do stuff I like. Is there some stuff bad with this game? Yeah. But guess what? These developers lie to me, and these developers empower the most toxic side of the community, and that's who they want their community to be. Fine. Cool. I don't care. Yeah, I grew up in the hood. I started playing D4 yesterday. I'm level 8. I don't know what I'm going to do with my days now. Yeah, it's not for me. Fundamental basic advice. Platinum missions are some of my favorite because how intense it could be, but it's still being fair enough. And then Novotic with the 5. They keep effing around and people will stop caring. When they stop caring, the game will actually die. Helldivers is not going to die. It reached mass popularity. They have a cult fan base. It's just that Helldivers 3 is going to turn out like Borderlands 4 if they don't change. It's that simple. Their next game will die. And then they will lose money on their investment into it. Yeah, exactly, dog. They genuinely believe being weak would reinforce team play. I'm uninformed. What have the devs lied about? When they say they don't stealth nerf things, they're lying. Platinum missions just show mission design dictates equipment use case like smokes. Yeah, platinum missions are amazing. And all these people on Reddit was like, oh, Thick just wants the game to be an arcade horde shooter, but no, it's a tactical horde shooter. And then those same people on Reddit love platinum missions. You should have listened to me as a valid thing to say when people go directly against your advice, and everyone is hurt by it. Yeah, exactly. Embracer killed BL4. No, they didn't. Gearbox did. When is this a tactical horde game? Bro, I don't know. Apparently getting ragdolled for 2 minutes at a time is tactical.
Kind of a mean weapon.
Yo, Dobby with the 5.
Just got off work, can't wait to get home and goon I'm in game.
Hell yeah, Dobby. What you gonna be gaming too? Yo, Dobby, thank you for the 5.
Anyway, but the more separations you get, like you kind of get a divide in the play.
Bro, I don't care if Gearbox was picked up by Embracer. Randy Pitchford is like the dumbest, most degenerate freaking. He's my favorite gaming CEO because he actually says some really funny meme-worthy things that I get to rage bait pretty frequently. It has nothing to do with Embracer. They're owned by 2K now. They got sold back to 2K. Embracer dropped them before BL4 came out.
Airbase, they start fighting with each other. We kind of want everyone to be like, I'll take the stuff that I want to play with, and everyone's like, else is like, yeah, cool, that's good, because everything kind of works. So that's why we don't want too many.
Yo, irregular reviews with the 10.
Thanks for the explanation. We had a similar problem with Payday 2. We couldn't access the new content because you could only use certain weapons to go above diff 8. Just don't want that to happen here.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm someone who thinks that like platinum missions and Predator Strain is good difficulty because it's mechanics that overwhelm you rather than nerfing your guns. Nerfing your guns is not difficult and it just feels bad. And it's not hard. Like, bro, during Escalation of Freedom, peak Escalation of Freedom, peak Arrowhead game design of their vision, I was playing like crappy railgun at the time, breaker spray and pray, and no HUD. Like the game was still easy. And I don't know. It's just a difference in certain things. Anyways, I appreciate another 10. But yeah, what it comes down to is it's like if like you say you're stuck on difficulty 7 because you have a job and you don't have much time to play, that's fine, that's valid, but like you kind of should be. It's like, I don't know. It's like if you work out and you can't lift 300 pounds yet and you don't have enough time and you don't go to the gym enough, it's like, you know, the weights aren't going to get lighter. Now, I don't know a metaphor here. If the weight is like, if you can lift 200 pounds, but when you put the 200-pound weight on, the barbell is covered in thorns, like, what are we talking about? That's not it. You know what I mean? So that's the difference. I don't know. A weird metaphor. That's all I could think of.
Like, oh, you must have this thing. It's like, oh, we're playing the automatons. Bring the ultimatum to destroy stratagem jammers, and bring this thing to destroy that. And like, this is a must-have when playing on.
So the reason why I defended ultimatum nerf is because I know what makes a game difficult and engaging. It's when you have engaging mission objectives. And the ultimatum broke mission objectives. So I meant I don't want to be sent down to level 3. Oh, no, you shouldn't. I also hold the opinion that level 7 probably should be easier. Like, I think the lower difficulty should be balanced better. Another issue they have, I've talked about this a lot as well, is they do things on difficulty 10 that negatively impact lower difficulties. Anyways, what was I talking about with ultimatum? So yeah, the weapons should feel good. They should kill the enemy as well. The combat should be engaging because that's what makes a game fun. What makes a game Challenging is when you have an actual difficult task to overcome, such as platinum missions or doing a stratagem jammer. Well, the ultimatum circumvented that, so that's why I defend that nerf, because it circumvented some of the objective difficulty. But also, I don't say this in a bubble, they should get rid of the sway. They should buff the reload speeds of SMGs. They should buff the stun on the pummeler. They should buff the flag. They should buff the sterilizer. Like, you know what I'm saying?
This difficulty against these things, because you also created a very repetitive gameplay where you just like, oh, there's a bunch of stuff that you must play with. So your gameplay experience also keep becoming the same all of the time. And then you get tired of the game.
Oh, another thing as well, on Diff 7 Predator Strain, there should be less Predator Stalkers, and there should be a lot of regular Hunters. They should mix those enemies better. They do have a problem with difficulty when it comes to, like, Predator Strain, or certain enemies like War Striders or Alpha Commanders. Like, they should mix that stuff down better. And, yeah.
Because you say, like, oh, I want to play the game optimally. But there's maybe only one way to do that. Then that's how you will play. And then the kind of game that we built where you...
They do have that LD.
Box. Just like... Then the kind of game that we built where you just have a big toolbox. Just like...
Hi, looters.
Well, for you, there's not a big toolbox. There's just a small toolbox, which you will get tired of. And those players might go then, well, bring everything else up. So I can play my power game.
Bro, you guys have a quality of life issue with the weapons. You guys don't have a power creep issue. Like, it's crazy to me that he says this, and they don't buff any of the quality of life of any of these weapons. They just keep buffing the damage. Why do you keep buffing the damage? Because the gun... Because I trip on a pebble, I have to reload. I have to click the reload button 12 times. We made a minigun that you have a half second of end lag. Like, come on.
My like bigger power fantasy than everyone else power.
Like, this is the issue, bro. They take all of these conversations as the most surface level. Like, bro, they have zero understanding of the issues people are saying with their game. It's all easy versus hard. Power creep versus grunt fantasy. Brother, how many times do we have to complain about the pistols being held like this by the Helldivers? If I can hold my pistol straight, is this a power fantasy all of a sudden? No, it's a quality of life issue, bro. Like, come on. All we're talking about is power fantasy, bro. Like, it's such a straw man. It's so annoying. It's so annoying.
Fantasy. And then we just brought everyone up there, and then we keep bringing it up, and after a while...
Like, maybe if you actually talked with some of the people like me or Clay or Doe, and they actually explain these things in depth to you, and tell you it's not a power fantasy issue, like... I wrote this months ago. Here's a very succinct feedback, okay? Bullet points. There are a lot of intentional mechanics that slow the player and cause friction. Long reload speeds, ergo, etc. But also, the hover pack, for example, lands so slow. I know the game's not trying to be Apex. That's fine. I'm fine with that. I don't want it to be Apex. But there's too much. Think about when you allowed us to dive and stim. This removed an insane amount of friction. And it felt so good, and the game feels amazing because of it. I am a player who loves finding niche mechanics, but Arrowhead keeps patching them out of the game. The Charger leg meta, for example, was the coolest thing on launch. It's what got me hooked on the game. Was that the enemies were cool and had unique ways to kill them. And it's patched out of the game. It's insane. Think about the pummeler. Think about the flag. Think about the sterilizer. Think about the silencers. All the niche things suck. How can I look forward to niche fantasy war bonds when it doesn't function in gameplay? Helldivers are not grunts. They may not be Spartans, but they are not grunts. If you wanted us to think they were grunts, then you wouldn't put Seif in the game. I get it. Helldivers is about fascism and propaganda. We all get it. But the fact that a lower tier of Super Earth military exists, that tells every player out there that we are not grunts. Helldivers are elite commandos who go in squads of 4 to obliterate 1,000+ enemies. The grunt feeling was not conveyed in gameplay or marketing. The best reason I could think of for why balancing is done the way it is because the devs want us to feel like how we felt fighting our first Bile Titan, an epic battle where I didn't know how to kill it, wasted all my grenade launcher ammo, and we killed it by landing our hellpods on it. That was the first time I fought a Bile Titan. It was amazing. I got the exact experience you wanted me to have. But guess what? Now that I've killed 1,000, it's never going to be like the first time. We don't necessarily want OP weapons. Some people do. But if the niche stuff like Stim Pistol, Sterilizer, Silencers, Pummeler do not play well, then there's no alternative and people ask for OP stuff. Hold on, let me move this out of the way of my face cam. We do not want to play Arma or Tarkov. We also do not want to play Call of Duty. We want the game to be a horde shooter. Team play comes from putting actual team mechanics into it.
Oh, Shag Hennessy!
I played Destiny 2 for 10 years and it was my go-to game and Bungie destroyed it. I really want Helldivers to stay my go-to game, but future is not looking bright with philosophies like those GTGBTW, red heart emoji.
Have a good day, Deku. Thank you for the donos. And Merry Christmas. Helldivers is cooked because these developers are not good at taking feedback, or listen, I know who gives the feedback to them. You're not doing a good job. I don't know how else to say it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I summarized the bulk of what I think the feedback my community wants them to hear. I don't think they read this. Because if they read this, he wouldn't be talking about power creep. Arrowhead has power creep to the game more than what we have ever asked for. And all we want is quality of life. To them, the guns have to feel clunky because that gives it an identity. And it is a disgusting game philosophy, bro. Let's make a game where nothing feels fun to shoot. And then what? I just use Stalwart Eruptor for the rest of my life? Or Cookout Recoilless Rifle? These are my two builds. It gets boring after a while. How about we make the Stim Pistol good? How about we make the Flag good? How about we make the Pummeler good? But they're not going to do this. They just don't do it. So, I don't know. Their philosophy is bad. Their only job is to make a game fun, and they're bad at that job.
Why we just have to hey, I guess we need to buff the enemies too. And then we just keep getting higher and higher numbers for no apparent reason.
We just keep getting higher and higher numbers for no apparent reason. So how about we stop touching the numbers and we make it feel good? How many times do we have to say this, bro? This is why I haven't been streaming this game. The last time I played was December 7th. I didn't even play the Platinum missions, bro. Because you know what breaks my immersion more than anything? Hearing why Arrowhead made a change. That's what breaks my immersion more than anything. Because they don't get why I play the game. The game used to be exactly for a person like me. And then they nerfed all this stuff out of it that made me want to play it.
Because at some point we have to say, game is good here. Shake hands. And I think we kind of are around there.
Talk about out of touch.
With some nooks and crannies. But that's why we're trying.
Bro, the coolest thing as a player on launch was learning the Charger leg meta. Why is it patched out of the game? Why do you have an enemy? Why do you have such a cool enemy design system and then you intentionally make it worse? Why don't you go deep on this? People liked the Charger leg meta. Why don't you make legs of other enemies weaker? Don't you think it's cool for players to find out that maybe killing the enemy in the head is not the best way? Why don't we touch on this more? Why don't we go deeper on this? Why is there less and less of it? I think it's in here. Oh no, it was in patch notes. Here we go. March 12th, 2024. like one of the first big patches. We are humbled by the community's ability to find the charger leg meta. However, spending your heavy anti-tank weapons on legs instead of the obvious weak point seems counter to expectation. So we took it out of the game. Bro, this was one of the main reasons I fell in love with this game. When I was a new player and I had no idea how to kill chargers, and then I went on YouTube and looked up how to kill chargers, and I saw people shooting the leg armor off and then shooting the flesh. It was the coolest shit, bro. And then the gears started turning in my head. And then I started being like, oh, there must be other cool ways to kill enemies really well. Hi, Lab. So why did we take this out of the game, bro? So, like, that's the thing. That's the issue, is they don't know why people think their game is cool. I know that 90% of people thought the charger leg meta was cool.
To achieve, and it's because of...
And I know this because that's how everybody killed chargers with a flamethrower too.
all the things that happens when you don't achieve it, which is not immediate and understandable.
Listen, you can kill chargers in the head. The patch I just showed, they made charger heads weak. The problem is, so look, we are not changing anything about the charger leg. We are, however, lowering the health of the charger's head. It should now be at a point where a recoilless or eat kills them. Okay, fine. So they said the leg meta's fine. We're going to nerf the head. And then, I don't know, 6 months later? 6 months later, we stealth nerfed the leg. So here's the patch on September 17th, 2024. 6 months after that post about the charger leg meta. We're not changing anything about the charger leg. Oh, here's the undocumented leg flesh armor increase to make light armor weapons have the penalty against it. And now it's 70% durable. So I had no problem with killing them in the head. It's just that we got rid of the leg meta. It's just gone. 6 months later, stealth nerfed.
Understandable for everyone, because they might just see, well, for me that doesn't matter. It might matter for others, and it might matter for the community as a whole, because you might all only notice it when the community turns toxic, and then you say, ah, it used to be a good community here, but now it's just toxic.
It used to be a good community until you heavily censored your Reddit and Discord, which encouraged the toxic side of the community to be more outspoken and more toxic. Insane, right? It's insane how that happens. That when you censor your Reddit and your Discord and encourage the actual toxic people in your community to be more toxic, that your community's not good anymore. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy to me.
I'm a leave, and maybe you didn't understand why it turned toxic, and we're trying to always figure this out.
If you want to figure it out, just come talk to me for 5 minutes, bro. I got you. I'll tell you why.
I'm not saying we have all the answers, but we're trying to make sure this doesn't happen as best as we can.
I think that was a fantastically in-depth answer, and I'm sure people are going to be...
It was an in-depth answer that showed that you are completely out of touch with the reality of your game, still 2 years after launch.
very grateful, and we'll probably follow up with...
Yo, FaZe with the raid. How you doing, King? We want to make the charger leg take a little bit longer, but 70%. They also made it AP2 lab. Light pen weapons now also get the armor penalty. What's up, Vickers? Are they willing to analyze the situation? The official Discord was never not toxic. The issues with freedom of speech are only ameliorated through even more freedom of speech. Recognizing trash weapons is not toxic. I know, it's insane. We remove the fire extinguishers and we don't know why the fire spread.
Lots more questions, which is a good thing for the next time we're chatting.
Yeah, I expect this ongoing conversation for a long time.
Ongoing conversations are the best.
Alright, chat, I've been streaming for 2 hours. We're halfway through.
Strider of Valor does go on to say, I want to add that I deeply respect you and every dev that works on this game, and I highly value your principles of family and aiming not to have a meta, but a variety of fantasies players can.
Yes. The glaze, the glaze. Oh, I feel so good now. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. 6 months, 10 years of 6 weeks vacation.
Play. Thank you for all your tireless work and effort you have done to continually make such a great game.
No, thank you. He also brings up a good point there with all the fantasies.
No, bro! No! No, not the fantasy, bro! My fantasy of CVT.
We tried to deliver a lot of those, and that is also the thing.
You don't deliver on it, bro. You don't deliver. I hope someone asked about the silencer.
Meta usually works against you wanting to play your fantasy.
Then why are we in an explosive meta and we nerfed every non-explosive weapon?
Because meta constricts your choices. And
What constricts the choices is the stuff that is intentionally designed to be poor. What are we talking about? What are we doing here? What are we talking about? The good guns restrict our choices? How about instead of focusing on a 30% pick rate? Is it Helldivers.live? Shit, what's the website? Helldive.live. How about instead of focusing on the 30% pick rate, we just, scroll down. Like, well, the style weapons probably don't count. The pummeler, this is bots. Let's go to bugs. How about we take a look at the Constitution? They did buff the pummeler plasma. The pummeler, the amendment. What's this? Where's difficulty 10, bro? Let's go to the most recent. How about instead of focusing on this one number, we take a look at the bottom 10. Oh my god, bro, the Deadeye is the most balanced weapon in the game. Perfect balance on the Deadeye, boys. Perfectly balanced. As all things should be. Perfectly balanced. Yo, congrats, Grass. What's up, FaZe? Yo, bro, the Deadeye is the most balanced weapon in the game, bro. Oh, it's so beautiful. Poor Scythe. Oh, how about that Defender? How about the Breaker Spray and Pray? The Liberator's the most balanced? They said the Deadeye.
He puts out a great point there. We want you to have many different cool experiences in this game and all be equally viable.
Moving swiftly forward, we have a question from the Gundam Boy. Is there any plan to make the mechs we have last longer in the field? Being a
My fantasy of being in a giant robot that for some reason they balanced it to feel vulnerable. Vulnerable was the word they used. I'm not making this up.
To fix and supply it to last in the field. What upgrades can we expect to see?
So, we have plans. We are looking at extending like vehicle gameplay. Like people remember from playing the first game, we had loads of more vehicles. Not saying we necessarily will bring back all of them, but it would be fun to bring back some of them and kind of extend how much you can do with vehicles.
Bro, the mech should have one call-in, but double the ammo and be AP4.
And all the nooks and crannies of it, like can you reload stuff, can you repair stuff? Not guaranteeing that you will be able to.
Why not? Just put the Rep 80 in the game. It was cool. Everybody loved it in Helldivers 1, and we get the stim pistol in Helldivers 2.
They kind of work as like a what's it called? like a temporary almost buff. It's all like they throw in vehicles, they expect.
Bro, it's crazy to me. In Helldivers 1, when I hopped in a vehicle and my teammate was just healing it the whole time as I was shooting and killing things, it's almost like you put a good support weapon in the game. People play as a team.
Them to break, run out of ammo. Should you take care of it or just get a new one? Like it's the wasteful economy type of thing. But we are definitely experimenting a bit with that. I'm not going to make any promises, but there's a lot of people in the studio that also wants that kind of stuff. So if we can make good gameplay with it, we will definitely look into it.
Awesome. Next question for you, Nicholas, comes from Dr. Poop Love. Are there any plans to buff the one true flag? As much as it can be a more...
This is going to be the worst answer yet. I can already sense it. This is going to be the worst answer yet.
Morale booster, it would be cool if it had some sort of team buff or area buff applied to users near a planted flag.
Okay, before he says we don't do space magic, let's just remind people that we have a tier 6 stratagem called Morale Augmentation, and your ship management crew can reload your stratagems faster because they get paid bathroom breaks. So paid bathroom breaks allows the crew to reload your stratagems faster. Just keep that in mind. All right, let's listen.
We're trying to keep the game...
Bro, this is tough, man. This is tough.
Pretty grounded in terms of...
Guys, we have a problem with meta and pick rates, and, you know, the meta is what constricts your loadouts, but the worst stratagem in the game, we're trying to stay grounded, and just, you know, we're in a grim, dark fantasy realism, but, you know, your ship crew are less grunts than you because they reload faster with paid bathroom breaks.
What you see and understand, and not too much hidden stuff, or that most of the game plays in...
A flag buff would be hidden?
The HUD, the UI, I know we have some like effects that you kind of have to know, like you have the Democracy Protects armor, which is, it's plot armor, we call it, that's...
It's almost like... Yo, Buzz, what's up, King? It's almost like you made a game where an overwhelming show of democracy can suspend disbelief. And you made an armor to support this called Democracy Protects, and then you made the actual #1 icon of Super Earth, the flag itself, do nothing.
The funny stuff with it, but it's a little bit of magic. So the question is like,
bro, what is wrong with these people? Let's see. Were flag bearers effective in historical wars? Yes, flag bearers were highly effective and crucial in historical wars for providing command and control, boosting morale and unit cohesion, and serving as powerful symbols of identity and purpose. Despite the extreme danger they faced as prime targets for the enemy, they functioned as visual beacons for soldiers in chaotic battlefields, maintained unit pace and direction, rallied troops, and embodied the cause soldiers fought for. But in Helldivers 2, where the government is literally a satirical fascism, they don't have that. They just don't have that. And you wonder, and Nicholas, you're probably never going to watch this, but if you do, You wonder why I flame you, bro. You wonder why I flame you for being so out of touch. It's absurd. It's absurd.
Would the one true flag have an effect like that? How would you show it? We don't want to put weird markers in the game.
So don't.
That would break the immersion. So
you know what breaks my immersion and caused me to not play this game since December 7th? All of your responses for why you balance things the way you do. That's what broke my immersion, bro. Genuinely, more than anything else, is hearing the reasoning for why Helldivers devs do things.
We're not really actively looking at it because, you know, it's the one true flag. It's the flag, and it's also just the flag. It's not a magic flag. It should raise.
5 from Captain_Jack_Irons. You know how they said they want to prevent people getting kicked? So then how about buffing the most useless stratagem in the game right now, where you have a higher chance of getting kicked by bringing it because you're basically throwing the game?
Bro, for all the reasons why we said meta is bad, we only use those reasons to nerf the good items. But anytime we talk about a bad item, no, we have to stay grounded, guys. It's magic. It's magic. There's no magic in Helldivers. It's not magical. What are we talking about? Magic, bro. This is science fiction where you can use a warp pack, which isn't magic. Wow, it's almost like I can come up with an idea in 5 seconds for how to make the flag not magic. Bro, you know what's insane? You know what's insane? My very first video about Masters of Ceremony, I brought up space magic because I literally knew before the item came out that they were going to say it's space magic and that's why it does nothing.
So the new Warbond...
This was on the release trailer. This was not when it came out. And we talked about how the flag did nothing. And I brought up space magic. And the top comment was, weird to say the flag giving stat boost must be magic and not a morale or psychological thing. I brought this up ahead of time because I knew exactly what they were going to say. I got comments that were like, why'd you even bring up space magic? Because I know the devs are going to say this bullshit, bro. Like, it's insane.
It's your morale anyway when you're there at the flag, and it's also just the flag. It's not a magic flag. It should raise your morale anyway.
Oh my god. Bro, find me the post. Where's Gflex? Where's Gflex's Google Doc? Hold on. Bro, this is... Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on. It's in Gflex's Google Doc. Hold on, I'll pull it up right now. Oh my god, I can't believe he said this. Bro, Gflex's Google Doc screenshotted this message. Just because you're standing near a flag doesn't mean you're gonna suddenly have more health points or stamina regen. What you will have is a morale boost, not the Helldiver. You, the player. If you need more than that to have a good mood, then why did you come to the silly game? Bro. Maybe because you should code the mechanic into the video game, and this is your job as a video game developer. Maybe you should convert the feeling that you're supposed to get into the actual gameplay mechanics and not tell your player base to roleplay.
Are they still BSing us? Why do they hate us so?
Yo, Sam stirred with the $2. Throw up some W's. My morale has been officially boosted. Oh my god, bro. And now Reddit is going to go on tirades about this. Reddit is going to start saying this, chat, just so you know. Just so you know. This is their target. This is Arrowhead target audience. You're right, the devs hate us and want us to suffer. They are actively upset they had a successful game, which is insane. Which is insane. Bro, like, how do you think I went from like 70 to 80% Glazer when this game came out to 100% Crydiver since this game came out. When the devs say shit like this, like this is what Nicholas just said. Like, how about you put the fantasy into the gameplay mechanics, and then people will use it. But if you don't put the fantasy into the gameplay mechanics and just tell people to roleplay it, people won't use it.
When you're there as a player. But we don't want to do too much of this. Like,
Shaq Hennessy!
They officially killing our morale with this one. Crying face emoji.
Yo, Samster, thank you for the $2. And Vickers with the 5. I'm waiting for it to read it.
Shaq Hennessy!
The meta for war is victory. We win the war, they lose their game. Victory is impossible. Their lies and deceit broke me. God save this game. Fools.
Yeah, bro, I don't know what they're doing, man. I don't know, man. Yo, thank you guys for the donos. Can we throw up some W's? Bro, this is how I know that, like, the way they get feedback is flawed, because they say things like this confidently, and then they say that players are happy with how they balance things. Or they say that a majority is happy.
It's a cool thing. Now you have, like, effects that you don't really understand why there is, like, that effects exist. You could argue, as that's why I brought it up.
Shaq Hennessy!
People want to
5
use the
from
items they
72
spend money on.
sesh.
You are charging money for
Almost
items
finished
that are
6 hours
worthless.
to
Hold
go
on.
make sure if you want to chat.
Pain. Hold on.
Shaq Hennessy!
I wish the $60 I paid on my Super Citizen Edition were roleplayed. Frown.
You know, this is nice, guys. They post bad takes, and people get really upset and then donate voicing
Shaq
it.
Hennessy!
Most game gets fanfiction. HD2 gets balanced docs.
Okay, yeah, true. Okay, Hurtworks with the 5. People want to use the items they spent money on. You are charging money for items that are worthless. Are you going to refund me for meme weapons? Yeah, bro, that's how I feel. $5 from 72-hour Goon Sesh. Almost finished, 6 hours to go. Not sure if I'll make it. Pray for me, chat. Guys, pray for 72-hour Goon Sesh. And Vin with the 30. I wish the $60 I paid on Super Citizen Edition were role-played. Guys, this game is just going to become another Borderlands or Destiny or 343 Studios. It's actually over. It's actually been over. Whenever they buffed the drag, honestly, whenever they nerfed the railgun and the breaker, that's how you knew it was over. It was never getting better. Lilith with a dono. Most game gets fanfiction. HD2 gets balanced docs. True. Yo, thank you guys for the donos. Can we get some W's? Sam's turd with another 2. I'm angry. Take my money.
Shaq Hennessy!
I am angry. Take my money. Saluting face emoji. Smiley face emoji.
Thank you, Sam's turd. And Flash with the 5. Really gave an answer like a politician.
Shaq Hennessy!
Really gave an answer for the flag like an American politician.
Yeah, bro, I don't get it. They 343'd the M90A. Yeah, they don't get it. Yo, thank you, Flash. Thank you, Sam's turd. Thank you, Lilith. Thank you, Vin. And thank you, Hurtworks. Throw up some W's, please. I knew that was Dobby too, bro. He said he was gooning earlier. I love Swedish so much. Hope Embark don't end up like them. Yeah, we'll see. Nerfing the railgun despite getting told 100 times it was a bug, making it strong only to get also fixed later was the nail in the coffin. Yeah. No, you're right. Oh, and look, the schizoid was right again, guys. The paranoid schizos were right again. Then people are going to flame thick for drama farming for money when this is how people can express their frustration loudly and be heard. What else do we have to criticize? Bro, I gave them very succinct feedback in bullet points. And they still don't understand what our problem is, and they still think we just want power creep in the game to be easy, and this and that, and this and that, and this and that, and this and that. Like, bro, try taking the Super Earth flag on platinum missions. Tell me how it goes.
Kind of like a magic effect almost. But I'm not sure I want to do the one true flag into maybe a
Oshag Hennessy!
Imagine saying you're selling us a fantasy, but the fantasy is just us pretending the flag motivates us.
Yeah, bro, it's a fantasy. They expect the player to do all the work so that they don't have to do any work in coding. Like that's basically what it is. That's what it seems like to me. Yo, Gouther, thank you for the £5. Throw up some W's. Imagine if the flag have a relay that does something in a bubble shield as magic. The fantasy is expecting positive change. It's cope now. It's been cope for years.
competitive option. It's more like, you want to bring a flag? Here's a flag. Like, is it good to bring a flag into a war zone? Maybe not.
Oh my god, bro. What is a flag bearer? In war. A flag bearer in war carries the unit's flag, serving as a vital visual rally point for soldiers, a symbol of morale, and a marker for unit location.
Oshag Hennessy!
The fantasy is that we will enjoy the game.
Yo, Sam's turd with the $2. The fantasy is we will enjoy the game. W's. Bro. When you're... Bro, listen. I'm gonna do a little bit of armchair developing here, okay? Just a smidge. I think that if you're a video game developer and you're trying to put fantasy things into your video game, such as a flag bearer, I think perhaps this is going to be a hot take. I'm about to do some armchair developing, guys. Hot take. I think that you should maybe, like, code something into the mechanics.
Oshag Hennessy!
Never heard of standard bearers, lol. Lamau even.
Yo, Fury, what's up, bro? Yeah, bro, I don't know what they're doing, Dobby. I don't know what's going on. Bro, where's Pilestat? He responded to me on Twitter. He needs to respond again. Thank you for the $2, Dobby. Throw up some W's. This is Pitchford levels of feedback. Bro, it gives me I got Borderlands PTSD when I made The Devs Must Be Stopped Part 3.
Oshag Hennessy!
I'll just roleplay that I'm a Helldivers 2 player while playing something else.
True. We should just, bro, go play Arc Raiders and just be a Helldiver. Just talk about Super Earth and democracy.
Someone make the Bates theme post that they got kicked for bringing the flag and the Constitution. Get IGN to repost it, and maybe nothing will change.
Yo, irregular reviews, guys. We should bait someone. We should bait someone into saying they got kicked for bringing the flag. No, they'll just nerf the Coyote again. Yo, thank you for the 5. And thank you, Vin, as well. Bro, go into Arc Raiders and just pretend you're a Helldiver. You'll have a better experience than playing Helldivers.
It's maybe not your first weapon of choice, charging the enemy lines. Not saying no, though. Like, if we get something that makes...
Well, if you're not saying no, then maybe you shouldn't give all this bullshit that none of your player base agrees or believes, except for 0.101% of people. Like, one dude on Discord agrees with you.
Sense and is fun. Maybe. Someone in the community might have a great idea for it. And then we read it.
Bro, it's almost like when the flag trailer came out.
And bullets for you. Everybody gets bullets.
One more month till the big 1-2 like and sub the boy thick _thick yeehaw _thick yeehaw _thick yeehaw.
Yo, Fury with the 11 months. One more month till the big 1. How you doing, Fury? Thank you for the 11. Throw up some W's. Merry Christmas, bro. I lost my train of thought. Oh, it's almost. I was thinking about Fury's hair. It's almost as if when the trailer for the flag came out and the community manager said it does nothing, I came up with an idea immediately so that it wouldn't be space magic. The Super Earth flag emits a stim cloud that has ammo, and now you get to do ammo management on it. And it heals you slowly, like as slow as the stim pistol. And also, because we have the stim booster, which somehow makes you faster, that's science, not magic. The stims in the flag were engineered to give you reload speed. There you go. Done.
Don't worry, the devs lost their train of thought long before you did.
Bro, I think the train left the station. I think they lost their train of thought like 2 years into development when they thought the game would be done, but it took 6 more years. Yo, Cyana with the big 1 year. Let's go.
And just like, yeah, that would actually be awesome. But then I won't say no to do it. Like, this is not a hill I'm dying on in any way.
You heard it here first.
Oh my god, bro. Why did he have to say he's not dying on that hill after he gave the worst possible takes? Like, those are actually the worst possible takes. Like, I don't know. They could have said like 50 other things, but it was the worst possible takes, all of them, in one response to the flag. And this is the issue with how they develop the game. We don't want a meta, but we refuse to make the worst thing in the game do anything more. Like, that's the absurdity. And we're so against the worst item in the game doing the thing you want that would actually add a new mechanic to the game that we're just going to like buff the damage for some reason. Guys, how much you want to bet the Super Earth flag is AP5 400 damage when it gets buffed? How much you want to bet? How much you guys want to bet? Do you guys want to take that bet against me? I bet you they're never going to give it. They're not. Listen, chat. When they don't give it a morale boost and instead they make it AP4 400 damage or something like that, you guys are gifting 100 members. You guys are gifting 100 members. I absolutely expect that.
Oh, Shaq Hennessy!
These shitposts have me rolling. Smiley face emoji. Devs are clowns.
Yo, Chicken Man got the chat to read a swear word. Yo, Chicken Man, how you doing? Merry Christmas. The crazy thing is the engine they use can generate stat buffs which come out of the player. Darktide is the same engine. Yeah. This is why I understand y'all, the Cry Divers, when you have this vision of what's going to happen, because you've experienced exact build-up. It frustrates me when the Glaze Divers downplay your concerns. Yeah, it is what it is. That's fine. Don't look at meme channel. Yeah, listen. When they don't give the flag a morale boost and they make it AP4, I want 100 gifted members, bro. We're marking it right here. Somebody clip it. The next support weapon will be a musical instrument, so we can all roleplay as a bard.
If you have that idea of how we involve that with the One True Flag, open for it, and we'll pick it up next time. Moving on, we have some questions from the community now. Will we have missions where we fight alongside the SEAF on an
Yeah, they'll do this eventually. He's going to say no, but they'll do it eventually.
offensive or
Because now they asked for it, and they usually do missions people asked for.
defensive, pretty much trench war conflicts, or fighting alongside the main bulk of SEAF troops?
It's one of the things of like the universe kind of puts it out there that this should be able to happen. Because you have the Super Earth Armed Forces in the game, you have the Helldivers. Should that be able to happen at some point? Yeah, probably. Do we know exactly?
5 from Cyano. At this point all of them needs to get fired. Chat, you hear me say it. Also, you can't say I'm witch hunting because I'm not singling out any of them.
Cyano, thank you for the $5. I don't know, bro. I feel like they just need to sit down and have a conversation with me, Clay, or Odo, and they need to Ignore anyone else because, like, you know, that sounds really big ego. I don't even care if it's me. It could be Doe. It could be Clay. Like, they need to hear out the other side properly because they're not hearing what we're saying. They're not hearing our feedback. None of us are asking for power creep. We're asking for the game mechanics to be fun. You singled out the whole studio.
When? Maybe internally, but or if we even are gonna do it. But it's one of those.
Like, bro, every time they bring up our argument, it's strawmanned to no hell. And every time we bring up a Glaze Diver argument, it is not strawmanned. He literally, like, it's actually a level of absurdity. Like, Nicholas actually just gave this take about the flag. And, you know, again, it's the whole Arrowhead team. Just because you're standing near a flag doesn't mean you're going to suddenly have more health points or stamina regen. What you will have is a morale boost, not the Helldiver. You, the player. If you need more than that to have a good mood, then why did you come to the silly game? This is their take on the flag, bro, and it's absurd. So please tell me where I ever strawmanned anyone. Because I don't think I did.
Things like when you look at the universe and the promise of the Helldivers universe, we want to, at some point in time, be able to deliver most of the things that the universe promises. So, maybe.
Feeling pretty good about that answer right there.
Bro, they need to know that their Discord and Reddit are curated communities that do not offer feedback for the majority of players. And this was proven, by the way, during the 60-day plan when they had 5K active players and everyone said, thank you, Thick, thank you, Clay, thank you, Odo, thank you to all the YouTubers complaining for finally having a voice for me. All the silent majority of players agree with us. I'm sorry. Maybe not on every point. You know, I would say maybe I'm like 80% on what the majority of people want. But I can damn sure tell you that the majority of people want the flag to do something and want the stim pistol to be better and want the sterilizer to get buffed.
Goes on to ask, any plans for increasing the max level past 150? I think you get this question all the time.
What's up, G-Flex? G-Flex, did you hear their answer about the flag? Did you hear their answer about the flag? It was actually this take. I pulled up your doc because I knew it was in here. Their actual take on the flag was this. This is what he said. How does that make you feel, G-Flex? This is G-Flex's Google Doc, guys. How does that make you feel, G-Flex? This was their take. This was their response. No way. Yes way.
At some point, most likely. I mean, why not?
Again, just dropping truths here. I love it.
Yeah.
How long did it take y'all to settle on a Hive Lord design for HD2?
Honestly, not long at all. It was surprisingly simple to do. Like, not simple to do, but to say, like, we want this. It was, some people got, like, a bit of sweat.
Yo, Vin with the
Shaq
dono.
Hennessy!
Arrowhead needs to realize that content creators cannot make you like or dislike something. What you guys do for the player base is rationalize our dissatisfactions with the game.
Bro, they should just look at the videos that get popular, like pretty much anything Odo posts, and then they should look at the videos that turn their comments off or private their videos. That's what they should do. YouTube is by far their biggest platform. Yo, can we get some W's in the chat? Thank you, Vin. I don't know why we want to turn the flag into an MMO buff item. I don't know if you're serious.
When they started seeing the
What's up, Preserving Light?
That we brought it up to.
Just rewind the stream to when I was talking about the flag. I don't want to go on a rant again. I'm going to be real. I wish I spent more time deciding on the Hive Lord mission, though.
And just like, guys, what about, performance, and what about will everything break, and like how does the game handle this? And we solved all of that, but we also said, like, if we can't get it this big and this crazy, then we shouldn't do it. And then we just worked from there. But no, we were all aligned pretty fast.
Quick alignment, that's a good sign.
Yo, Zinni with the dono.
Brother im in full apathy mode. That flag take is full RTRD. Never go full RTRD. I'd also like to add that they literally ask you to pay money for that fucking flag.
Zinni, I'm guessing you just got here, but I want you to know, I said multiple times already that the people who lost faith after they nerfed the railgun were right. And it's because you said that. Thank you for the dono, Zinni.
Ask the question.
Yo, can we stop this? I'm going to mute every time a new question shows up.
You asked us to get back with you on the question of silencers working as intended. So I'm asking,
okay. Here's my take on silencers. And my take on silencers is the same as my take on everything else. Oh shit, I don't think I pinned my most recent balance feedback. Let me find it. My take on silencers is the same as my take on everything else about fantasy. Is this actually updated? This does not look updated. This is old. Hold on. 10/20/25. I think it's this one. Here we go. Silencer. Silencers in a video game should provide a stealth fantasy. I should be able to prone next to a group of enemies and stealth execute one without the other one nearby hearing me. But that's not how real silencers work.
I'd also like to stroke my ego and tell all of you that when I said this would happen, my friends said I was paranoid. Now we aren't friends anymore.
Zinni, as always, the paranoid schizos were right again, as they always are. Hi, Lawler. Listen, my take on W Zinni. Merry Christmas, by the way. My take on silencers is simply my take on every other fantasy item in the game. It should work as you would expect it to in a video game. For example, a very specific example is that little outpost on bots with like the solar panels when there's like 7 Devastators standing there. I should be able to sneak up behind one with my, like, prone with my silencer and kill it. Otherwise, just don't put it in the game because it's a waste of a war bond. And then when I say it's bad, I get all this hate from the community and it's annoying. And when you add things that don't work, how anybody would expect a video game stealth roleplay to work, it divides your community. Silencers in a video game should provide a fantasy. I should be able to prone next to a group of enemies and stealth execute one, but that's not how a real silencer work. I don't care. I don't care. It's a video game. Watch this Gabe clip. What's more important is how the game recognizes and responds to the player's choices and actions. In real life, there's no truly silent gun, but this is over 150 years in the future. Let's just say Super Earth science figured it out. Say it's subsonics, say the sound is absorbed by micro-dark energy field around the barrel. Say whatever you need to make it truly work. The back of the Helldivers box did not say Milsim. It is false advertising. Make the stealth work, or don't make a stealth warbond again. The stealth should work in a way that nothing is alerted unless it sees the enemy die. Here is a screenshot from Pilestat where he talked about the half-spent ammo, and he said, we said during development that realistically you'd put a half-full mag in a pocket, but this is movie realism where you just throw the mag away with bullets in them. And guess what, guys? In the movies, silencers do not work how they work in real life. Anybody remember the ridiculous John Wick scene where they're walking in the subway shooting at each other with silencers. It's the most ridiculous scene ever. Yo, Ervin, what's up? I'm sure whatever the answer to this is going to be annoying. It's the most ridiculous scene ever, and everybody says that John Wick scene is so dumb. But that's movie realism, and that's how we want the video game to play. Okay? Nobody expects it to work like in real life.
Are silencers working as intended? We will get...
5 from Captain_Jack_Irons. Despite the fact that Helldivers 2 takes place in the far future, silencers have apparently not developed how they have functioned ever since how they were in 2025 LMAO.
Bro, any realism, like, is thrown out the window because it's 100 years in the future. And, I'm sorry, Helldivers 2 is like almost 200 years in the future. Or I guess 150. And also, yeah, it just shouldn't be realistic anyway. Like, nobody cares, bro. 1% of your community cares.
We get silencers that work like the game silencers.
So they're actually pretty much where they should be at the moment.
The true silencer are the dissidents we silenced along the way. That's a toxic take. Well, I think all of Armory Chat is toxic, and I think anything they ever have to say has never taken me in good faith, and I already went over this and showed all this earlier in the stream, so go ahead and rewind the live stream. The most common Armory Chat take is, I hope that Arrowhead kills the game so they can develop it for us. I think that's a pretty toxic take. Hoping people will lose jobs and lose money so that they can have the game they want.
In the latest patch, we got some functionality in where if you, for example, you use a suppressed weapons and you miss the enemy.
You're doing the Discord Reddit thing and placing undue importance on yourself and what you want out of the game. Just saying. I recommend you rewind the stream and watch from the start.
They don't immediately react, which I'm not sure if we mentioned that, actually. But they do have a smaller radius of sound to attract enemies, and they don't immediately alert them if you miss. They still alert them if you hit. But, you know, this is part of, I guess here we kind of come into a bit of Hollywood movies versus reality. We have suppressors.
Thank you.
A suppressor is still an impressive amount of decibels when they shoot. They're not silenced. You can't do the, in movies, oh, they run around in like amongst people and shoot suppressors. It's just like, no, they're still over 100 decibels.
We want movie realism. I just showed it. Like, you guys choose movie realism. You guys choose movie realism when it's to nerf the player by not saving ammo. Why can't we get movie realism with the silencer? That's what we want. That's what we want out of the silencer, is movie realism. I don't care about the real life decibels. I know silencers aren't silent. You can still hear them. You just can't necessarily tell where the sound came from in real life. I don't care about that. I want movie realism. This is what we want out of the video game. We want rule of cool. We want movie realism. The silencer in the game is basically the same range as the Bushwhacker. So something's wrong.
Like it's not a silent weapon. It is less loud than a non-suppressed weapon. But that's how suppressors work. We take great detail in weapon mechanics and like how all these things work, as you can see in our weapons in our game. And it would also be weird if we like, oh no, this weapon's actually like fully silent.
No, that's not weird. What's weird is the silencer is about the same audible range as the Bushwhacker. That's what's weird. Or the revolver, a very loud gun. That's what's weird. Not the opposite.
Like, there's no weapon that's... The most silent weapon you have is the throwing knives. Those are silent.
Bro, don't the throwing knives make a noise when you throw them? Irvin's in chat. Don't, unless you're not the host. Don't the enemies get alerted when you throw a knife? I haven't played with a throwing knife in a year, so I don't even know.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. If you want a fully silenced weapon, yeah, like throw a rock or
The enemies in movies don't share a hive mind. Yeah, they do.
Or something, or a knife. But yeah, so I guess it is like normally what people compare it to is silenced weapons in other games, or usually stealth games, and you get some of that. Then we can talk about in our game what is.
Bro, if you want your game to be a tactical horde shooter, you need to have a good stealth system. Just get rid of the tactical, get rid of the stealth items, or just make them silent. It wouldn't be that hard.
The noise level that a suppressed weapon should be. Maybe it carries a bit too far at the moment. Maybe we need to tone it down a little bit. We have like.
So which one is it? Is it working as intended, or do you maybe need to tone it down a little bit?
Put it more silenced that it probably should be in terms of realism, but we're not doing pure realism. So.
Didn't he just say in real life it's a suppressor, not a silencer? And then now he just said we're not doing pure realism? I'm actually confused now.
But maybe we should take it further. Like, the community can also tell us here. Like, instead of asking...
I feel like if you want stealth, you should lower the difficulty. Bro, that's insane. That is the most absurd take I've ever heard. You know, personally, I think stealth is lame, and you shouldn't play stealth in a horde shooter. Ervin, I'm sorry. I know you're in the other chat.
If they keep chasing this realism dragon, what they will get is the following reality.
Hold on, I'm going to finish my take.
People eventually stop playing games without engaging game mechanics.
Yeah, true. Thank you, Vin. 1 second. I think stealth is lame for me personally. I don't like it. It's not my thing. However, if you put a stealth warbond in the game, you should probably do your due diligence in coding the mechanics properly around it. Which I think is pretty reasonable take. Maybe I'm just an armchair developer. Yo, Vin, thank you for the 20. If they keep chasing this realism dragon, what they will get is the following reality. In the real world, people eventually stop playing games without engaging game mechanics. Yeah, exactly.
For example, like, oh, are they where we intended to be? Like, they are, but is that good enough? It's like, because you can tell us, like, I don't feel like I can do this with it. I expect to.
I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know. This is why I just question if they hear our feedback or not. Because where's the audible range? Like, we made a big stink about this already. Everybody's saying it's not working as intended. So, like, why are you answering like this? Like, why is he answering like this when obviously that's why they're asking the question, because they're saying it's not quiet enough. Oh, gee, the silenced weapon is 3 less audible range than all the other SMGs, the Torture, all the other pistols, and the Bushwhacker. It's the same sound as a shotgun. It's a difference of 3 meters. Gee, why are people asking the question if they don't think it's good enough? Like, what is this? Give us feedback if you think it's not good enough. Obviously, that's why they're asking the question, bro.
To be able to do this, but I can't, because this thing keeps happening. And do you expect a fully silent weapon, or do you expect an actual suppressed weapon?
The spreadsheet is wrong. I don't know why it says 30. It's still 33. Okay.
And then I also know that, like, maybe not everyone has fired a suppressed weapon, so they don't know what to expect in terms of realism, and they can only go about, like, what comes out of Hollywood, and where should we be in that scale. So, because if it's not fun to play with...
Grass, just stop arguing with Alien Milk in my chat. You guys rage baited each other. Just do it in Armory chat.
we should probably adjust until it is fun to play with. But it can't be broken in terms of game mechanics.
A very good answer. Thank you so much. What is your favorite faction to fight?
Automatons. Easy answer. It's just
why?
Why? I don't know. It feels like the proper.
If you put a stealth warbond on the game, it should work on difficulty 10. I don't even play stealth either. Like, it's not my thing. I tried it at the start of the game, didn't work, so I stopped playing it. Why do laser weapons have sound? I don't know, bro. He's talking about real life guns with how dog shit the pistols are. I don't remember my block swaying at the range.
The masochistic hiding behind the rock, everything. Easy answer.
What was the question?
Why? It's
what is
rock? Everything explodes around me. The kind of the PTSD
Don't we have some crazy lasers right now? Don't we have lasers that could burn through things and get through things?
Depression is kicking in, and just like, it's okay. I like the way this suck. I'm one of those. So I don't know, and I like the aesthetics and the feeling that I get of just like this is like Terminator Future War, and the feeling of being like a human in a war that will just destroy you, and the enemy is actually like red eyes, evil clankers. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I agree with Grass, because it's like all we're asking is for the silencers to be quieter than the non-silenced weapons. Like, it's actually such the smallest piece of feedback to say, hey, the silencers probably shouldn't have the same audible range as a 33-meter bushwhacker, and, you know, your response to that is, oh, it shouldn't be viable on the hardest difficulty. But that's not even what we're saying.
It's one of those, like, enough childhood memories kind of builds up into the person you are today, and
what's up,
it kind of
Deontay?
jams with
What's
me.
up, Ali?
For maybe a psychologist can explain it to me one day, why I find that a nice feeling, but you know.
We'll dive into that next time.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys, just stop arguing about it in chat, though. Just drop it, because you guys don't agree with each other.
Asks, how do you decide how much damage a weapon does?
He doesn't know what to say on why he likes bots.
Mid, heavy,
So the armor penetration is maybe the easiest to answer, which is it comes with the expectation and believability.
You couldn't hit a cow's arse with
Yo, Lawler with the prime.
For my friends, the world. For my enemies, realism.
Yo, Lawler with the prime sub. He's a member on Twitch. Yo, thank you, Lawler. Grass, I know, but you guys obviously disagree. So, you know, just go do it in Armory chat, okay? Just let them leave their take. Yeah, the silencers work here, Grass. You know, just let Alien Milk have his takes and eat it too. And you also have your takes. We know you guys disagree. Stuff shouldn't be viable, but they don't want metas.
Necessarily realism, but we wouldn't put like a small caliber weapon to have heavy pen or something. It just wouldn't be believable in the universe that we're painting up and the one you're acting in. So often it comes with like what makes
Thanks, Daywalker. I didn't know that.
sense for it to be armor penetration wise, and then we come
for what it makes sense. Yo, I liked Vito's take on. What was your take on medium pen for shotguns? You said it wouldn't actually be medium pen; it would be like the force transfer, because like if you shoot a Punisher shot at a Devastator, it wouldn't necessarily penetrate it, or the Halo shotgun, for example. It wouldn't necessarily penetrate it because it's buckshot, but the force would still go somewhere. And, you know, technically it does do that if you hit a light pen spot, but I think it also would if you hit them in the chest. Yeah, it should mess up the internals. So you could justify it being medium pen in the game because that's how you would translate it to the gameplay. And I actually like that take.
I'll balance it from there, because the weapon comes with.
We know pirates. This is like everybody who used to like Destiny is in
You
here
couldn't
reliving.
hit a cow's arse with a banjo.
Yo, G-Flex with the
Lawler
prime sub.
reminded me I have a prime sub.
G-Flex with the prime sub. Guys, don't forget, you could use your free Amazon Prime to give me money on Twitch. We could get some Bezos money. Thank you, G-Flex. Appreciate you, King, for the 2 months.
With like a promise and a fantasy tied together with it. And if you would have like a really high caliber, like let's say that.
Bro, every time someone walks behind this, I think it's someone's walk because I'm looking at my camera on the left.
Shaq Hennessy!
They have worse stats to justify the silencers, and the silencers are so ineffectual they are basically a non-factor. It's how all this balancing works.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know. Like, how loud should a silencer be in this game? I would expect it to at least be 20 meters. If all the other... Like, I would want it to be less if it were to work well, in my opinion. But if all the guns are 33 meters, I would expect them to at least put it at 20. Not the same as the Bushwhacker. Like, that's like my minimum expectation.
With a banjo.
Thank you, Heartworks. Thank you, Dirkaiser. I'll call you Dirkaiser this time. With the Prime sub on Twitch.
Hit a cow's arse
Thank
with
you,
a banjo.
Vin, with the Prime sub on Twitch. I appreciate you. Just make it more quiet than the plasma weapons. Yeah, I know. That's like the smallest thing to ask for. Just make it not the same as the Bushwhacker. Yo, spam some W's. Thank you guys for the primes. What's up, Sub-Zero?
Anti-material rifle would have light pen. That would be like, that's ridiculous.
The whole point of the suppressed weapons, so why would they do it worse than a previously existing variant? Yeah, all the suppressed weapons should be the quietest weapons in the game by multiple meters. Like, there shouldn't be a quieter weapon than a suppressed weapon.
Oh, Shaq Hennessy!
I just got to the flag part and Jesus. I remember trying to explain to you why the problem with balance was the roleplay before we started crying. Seeing us in the same place after all this time is painful. Warframe when?
I've been playing PoE. I'm trying to cook up some PoE videos. I should play Warframe, though. Yo, Zinni with the dono. I'm closer and closer to Warframe every day. Yo, thank you, Zinni, for the dono. Yeah, I agree. Throw up some W's.
Of course it wouldn't. It's an anti-material rifle, and it's high caliber, a lot of punching power and everything. So we go from there what makes sense and what feels good. And then when it comes to damage, here it's a little bit more fluent, but we also can't do like, oh, this sounds, feels, and looks like it would do a lot of damage.
Sorry, you gotta rewind the stream for that one. Yeah, I know, Ervin. I seen that. I got that vibe as well, but I'm at my sister's for Christmas, so it is what it is.
We can't just balance it by saying, yeah, but it has a large magazine, so it does little damage or something. Then we will look at other factors like how much ammunition does it have, how many magazines does it have, what's the reload time, how's the ergonomics, how's the sway, and
so they're aware of the sway.
Spread and drag, stuff like that. So it's about fulfilling the fantasy.
No, it was worse than that, Sora. They said you, the Helldiver, should get the morale boost from holding it, not the player.
So it comes with the weapon first and foremost, and then you kind of balance the other factors around it. It could also be that just someone proposes like, oh, this is a great fantasy with this type of weapon. Then it comes with a magazine of 300 bullets. Each bullet does immense amounts of damage, explodes, and it's also very light. So and then we were just like, okay, let's not do that weapon. That just sounds like an everything weapon. And we don't want to do something that is just like better than any other weapon in the game in all fields. So it's also a little bit of just, you can't just do anything and then just balance it based on that. Sometimes you also have to choose.
I have nothing to say about this, I'm gonna be real. We heard you were unsatisfied how silencers work, so for the balancing, we added Loudoners to the other weapons. Abyss has fun this league, so it's just Abyss League 2. Yeah, I've been blasting.
Choose what to do. Same thing as like if we would do a tank, we can't balance it by not being sturdy, or like not
Okay, what about the mech?
have a cannon or something. It's like the fantasy comes with a certain thing attached to it.
Bro, they're turning fantasy into a word that gives me PTSD. Like, bro, when I read descriptions for other games that say realism or fantasy, I just like don't want to play them anymore. I'm like, damn, the trailer was so good, but they said it's a realism or fantasy game.
And then you work from there. Or you say, oh, if this thing comes in here and it has to fulfill these things, then you ask yourself the question, is this something we put in the game or not?
Fantasy has to be played out in the game mechanics. If it's not, it's
for
trash.
You, and bullets for you. Everybody gets bullets.
This dude is extremely unlikable. He is such an archetypical Swede. Dude does nothing but ramble without saying anything. He knows he is BSing us.
I don't know. I don't know how Swedes are. I've heard other people say this though too. Yo, Allspark, thank you for the 1 month. Throw up some W's. Sometimes I hear fantasy and do a whole body cringe.
Long answer, but you know.
But a good one. Asks,
can they stop
how do
this?
you guys decide on a theme for a new war bond?
Oh
my god, I got a hype chest.
Good question, chaotic answer, because it's a chaotic process. So it's a complicated process.
They blurred the name and then he said the name in the answer.
That sometimes starts with like you put 10 hours with 10 people to throw stuff at the wall, and then when you're out to lunch and someone...
Oh, Shag Hennessy!
Wait, but I thought HD2 was realism, not a fantasy. If you managed to get Clay Irvin and someone else on Warframe for a 4-man, we could enter the golden age.
I think Clay has played Warframe. Ervin, you ever play Warframe? Yo, Zenny, thank you for another donut. Throw up some big W's. The next community request is grapple hooks. We need to take 4-player co-op development, right? I don't want grapple hooks in this game, bro. They would make them so clunky. You would just die to fall damage every time.
Just sits there, eats a burger, and just like, wait a minute, isn't this a great idea? And you're like, God damn it, you're right. That's the best idea I've ever heard. Scrap everything. Which has happened.
Ervin has 1K hours on Warframe.
And this you go with same thing like when you do an ideation process like this, like no idea is a bad idea.
Over it,
because
though.
a bad idea, enough bad ideas rolled coming from each other can eventually lead.
Hold on, I gotta rewind.
Put 10. Good question, chaotic answer, because it's a
Just
chaotic
needs
process.
content. Oh, Soulframe. Yeah, I saw Soulframe.
So
I have it
it's a complicated
downloaded.
process that
but
sometimes
I don't think I have a key.
Start with like you put 10 hours with 10 people to throw stuff at the wall, and then when you're out to lunch and someone just sits there, eats a burger, and just like, wait a minute, isn't this a great idea? And you're like, God damn it, you're right. That's the best idea I've ever heard. Scrap everything. Which has happened a couple of times. And this you go with same thing like when you do an ideation process like this, like no idea is a bad idea, because a bad idea, enough bad ideas rolled coming from each other can eventually lead to a good idea. So you just go into every idea rabbit hole that you've ever had, and then eventually,
It's in
hopefully,
beta,
something
but has
pops up,
infinity microtransactions.
which is, if you just have a very a bunch of people that are varied enough, but and have some similar traits, the similar understanding is basically the game. Like, do they understand what's Helldivers? What are we doing here as a company? And then do they have all the different backgrounds and seen all the movies, etc.? So it can come from anywhere.
Well, I can say that we're very grateful for all the awesome war bonds, and I know that you and the team are cooking up lots more for us to see very, very soon. So for now, we're going to say thank you so much. You will return.
Yo,
You will be
thank
back
you.
here again asking more questions. So let us know what you'd like Nicholas to answer next time. Anything you'd like to wrap up before we release you into the wild?
Oh, we just want to wrap up by saying Give us more, guys. Keep giving us feedback. We're just gonna keep throwing it in the shredder, but we want you to keep giving it to us. We're gonna keep giving you guys player surveys on Discord from our curated community. Who we banned everyone we don't like.
Just keep asking questions. Keep like some people think like, oh, we're like, do we like when the community always like has ideas or poses questions to us, or if you're upset?
We only go through the feedback which supports our worldview and doesn't make us actually do more work or code actual mechanics.
Or if you're happy, like all of it means you just care. So just keep it coming.
Guys, I don't know how to tell you this, Nicholas, but the apathy is at an all-time high. I even played every day during Escalation to Freedom, and I haven't played since December 7th. And I think the Platinum missions are great, but I just don't want to log in.
And also, keep it civil, preferably, and constructive, because it also means that more of you from the community will have more to go on. You can discuss a lot among yourselves. We'll be listening, we'll be reading, and
We'll be answering.
and we'll be answering. Yeah. So just like, as long as there's constantly communication going on in this, I'm perfectly happy. You don't have to be happy in the community, and then all I can ask is just like, tell us why you're not happy. And
Bro, I didn't even give them a question, because, like, I don't know. There's so many things I could ask. I can't pick one.
we can see if there's something we can do for you.
There's definitely stuff we can do. Thank you again, Nicholas. Thank you very much, Zelda. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
They took propaganda commander questions. I didn't give one. I should have, honestly. I was thinking about it for like 2 days and I couldn't. Oops, I hit the mute button. I read Erevan's whole comment. The war bond creation process goes like this. We come up with a war bond, we have our creators play it briefly, then ignore the feedback. Next we leak everything to get more feedback to ignore, while Big Daddy Sony silences all media regarding the leak. Then we delay it to maybe rethink it. No, those were not all propaganda commander questions, just like the first couple. Asking a good question is really hard. I don't know how people be flinging questions willy-nilly. You will get weapon nerfs and you will be happy. Accurate. Canon. Audio was suppressed. Alright, chat. Well, the video's over. I gotta get back to Christmas family time. So thank you guys for coming to the stream. There's the video. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I will be home soon, and I will stream again soon. Suppressors. Where's the flag comments? I want more support items, like things that heal or empower other Helldivers. Nicholas gave an excellent answer regarding weapon balance. It's not very easy to articulate the importance of weapon balance and why it's not as simple as buffing everything. Okay. For the one true flag, planting the flag near a spreading democracy should count as saluting. The boost wouldn't go above 4-player, but this would let low-man groups... No, that's mid. Flag comments deleted. Alright. Someone said they should buff the flag by giving it a quick cooldown. They should give it a quick cooldown and a morale boost. No, Solus, I don't want to just pull up Discord messages on stream. All right, boys. Thanks for coming to the stream. Appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys later. Y'all take it easy. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you guys for all the support. I will be back soon, like I said. And everybody have a good day. Merry Christmas. I'll probably be home in a few days. Happy holidays. And see you guys later. Peace.